Hi everybody, and welcome back to Storyteller Spears channel. We are back on Tuesday night playing Vampire the Masquerade, our ongoing game at New Orleans by night. And everybody say hi to Modi, who's finally back.
Hey, it's Modi!
About time.
Love you too, sugar. Alright, so this is episode 10 already. So yeah, and we had some fun last week. Basically, our intrepid group are trying to figure out about these missing humans and some missing kindred as well. So the thing that we are on right now is that last week, Abraham, Luther, Dinah, and Rebecca went to a local club, the Twilight Club, where they had found out some of the kidnappings had occurred around that area, and they wanted to see if they could rustle up any more information. Speaking with Seth and Jake, some local kindred, they found out that they are both missing some friends. Didn't really have much extra information to give them other than that was the area that they'd been taken. But shortly after that, our group were leaving the club and heard a bit of a scuffle in the alleyway. Once it was investigated, specifically by Rebecca and Abraham at first, they discovered that there were two gentlemen trying to stake another young kindred, it seemed. Rebecca, full of fire and spunk, went diving at the closest guy towards her with a set of brass knuckles and her magic in tow, and basically exploded his liver. Definitely burst it. She got enough successes that probably could have killed the guy, but as we clarified a bit off stream, she just kind of wanted to mostly maim him. So he fell very, abruptly to the ground. The other person in the alleyway that was staking this kindred was caught off guard by Abraham, who mesmerized him to sit. And that's actually about where we left off. But let me get some music going while we go around and see how everybody's doing. How are my lovely players this evening?
And also slide the Roll20 chat over a little bit on OBS.
Thank you.
Fan-frickin-tastic, by the way.
Super dope.
It's pretty chill. It's pretty good.
It's pretty chill. It's pretty good.
I mean, a little nervous for this person's liver. Like, slightly. Slightly,
Little bit.
just a little nervous.
So what was Bjorn up to all this time?
Well, I mean, that's a secret. Shh. We weren't supposed to tell anyone about what Bjorn was up to.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
We made up a story for it. Don't worry.
We did, in fact.
You probably got a collection of texts too, wherever you are.
Mm-hmm.
He's in the group text.
Wakes up one night and just goes, "The fuck?"
Just overslept.
I mean, it's bound to happen every now and then.
But yeah, so Bjorn did actually get a text from, I forget who exactly it was, might have been Rebecca, but somebody in the group texted Bjorn saying, hey, we're on a bit of a hunt. If you want to join us, we could use the help. They initially got back a text of him seemingly maybe falling over shirtless and a beer spilling. It's kind of what it looked like in the picture. But Bjorn, if you would like to, this was earlier, so you would probably arrive just about this point outside the club.
All right.
How do you usually travel?
I mean, by Uber or depending on the distance, he's not afraid to, walk places. He likes getting there on his own 2 feet.
All right, well, however you arrive outside of the Twilight Club, you are actually going to see Luther and Dinah standing at the edge of an alleyway, like looking down the alley.
Yeah, so if, I mean, showed up to meet with them, that as soon as I saw them, I would change course from the club itself and make way to the alley with them.
So, Luther and Dinah, as you watched Rebecca and Abraham initially deal with these two strangers, you, like out of the corner of your eye, see Bjorn approaching. Probably still shirtless? I don't know. Maybe you found one.
I don't think. No, from Luther wouldn't see him. If anyone sees him, it'd probably be Dinah, because Luther is like buckled over from the side of seeing someone just like.
Oh, that's right.
having their liver
Soft-hearted.
exploded.
The poor soft-hearted vampire.
He's just a gentle giant, guys.
Aww.
Alright, well, yeah. Bjorn, you catch sight of them, and Dinah, you see Bjorn approaching.
Okay. So the two people are kind of already semi-taken care of, right?
The one is down
One's
on the
like-
ground in pain, and the
One's
other one...
dominated and the other one is liver punched. Okay. Okay, so Bjorn's coming up. So Dinah just kind of like nods to him. Like, oh no. You got here.
Of course I did. What were you expecting? I always show up.
Fashionably late as usual. Well, we have these two. Let's see if we can get this kindred unstaked.
I'm sorry, what?
Oh, this way. And she like leads him around the corner of the dumpster. Do I recognize who it is that's staked?
You can kind of recognize, you think he might be a young venture, but like you're drawing a blank on the name. Like you've seen him at the salons and things like that.
Here you are. Let's see if we can't get this thing out.
The one person who Abraham mesmerized to sit, he only got him to sit, so he is otherwise just glaring very angry.
I said don't fight, just sit. So that is the other half of that. But, glaring is fine.
I'm sorry, you guys just... What the fuck is going on? There's a staked vampire and two kind standing here? What?
I don't
It's
know.
not
We're in the
exactly
part where
standing.
we sort that out now.
There was... These two humans were staking this kindred. That's all we saw.
Also, Diana, Luther, and Bjorn, since you're still more at the mouth of the alleyway, you do see some other people starting to, like, kind of move in your direction out of curiosity.
Oh, yeah, they said something about a van, didn't they? We should probably get out of here.
Definitely, let's... Does someone have a car or van or something nearby? Or is there a van on the street that I could just...
We need to get them out of here before we break the masquerade and people start coming. Come on, let's go.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has a car that can fit all of us or help you much.
I have a car. Abraham has the keys.
Okay, it's over this way, yes?
Yeah.
All right, then I will go get it started.
Rebecca is going to go ahead and call 911.
All right. Yeah, you call 911. You go through the process. They understand and send out an ambulance in the direction of the club.
Let's just get him inside. Get both of these. Let's get them inside. Since it's a kindred bar, I figured it would be safe enough to take someone to
This
the
is
back
fair.
room to like unstake them and stuff. So,
Um,
and then we need that one to come with us. She says, pointing to the one that's sitting down.
Bjorn will go ahead and just swoop up the staked vampire and throw it over his shoulder. Such a way that the stake is probably hidden down on his shoulder. I mean, pushing it in a little further is not going to hurt, if anything. Just making sure that nothing apparent is showing and just kind of being like, oh, passing it off as somebody who passed out.
And of course, Abraham, you will need to keep eye contact with this fellow to keep the mesmerize going.
If I was a 7th gen, I would. I have my 6 dot ability is specifically I don't have to make eye contact. I didn't make eye contact with them originally.
Yes. Okay. That's right. So otherwise, yeah.
Touch for the same effect, or for a little bit more difficulty, I can just talk.
Yep. So otherwise, yeah, then you can lead him inside. So there is, like I said, kind of a crowd wrestling closer. Like, well, what happened? What's all that noise?
Bjorn will just hold his hand up, as he's carrying the one kindred out and just being like, don't worry about it. Couple of drunk people. Nothing new. You guys have seen this 1,000 times. Get moving.
Psh, don't need to be so pushy. And most of the people start, going back on their way either into clubs or getting cabs.
And just keep walking. As we're walking, I'll lean over towards Luther and I leave for a couple of days. And people are ending up staked? What is going on?
Been ended up staked. We just happened to interrupt.
Yes, we managed to catch this one.
What do you want? An apology? It's not like I like this any more than you do, all right?
No
And you can
apology,
see Luke.
Just alarmed.
Let's get this one taken care of, all right? So she'll
Yes.
kind of like push into the back room if there is one. And
Yeah, there's like a little VIP kind of area that's a little more secluded. Not like behind closed doors, but it's got those like half walls with some chairs in it. There were a couple people sitting there. If you ask them to leave, they're gonna see this kind of mess and be like, okay, and escort themselves.
Hey,
to the bar.
could you clear out? We just need to take care of this one.
So Rebecca and her punch of doom, did she have like maybe a bloody wrist or like spatter anywhere?
That's a good point.
The skin can stay intact and still burst a liver, which is basically what she did, kind of even extra magically, not even a normal heavy punch. So the man in question will have like black and purple bruising right up his side, but she wouldn't necessarily have any blood on her hands.
Cool. That's good to know.
No, there is definitely.
I actually
blood
looked
on
this
her
up.
hands.
I did my liver research. Good thing I'm specialized in it.
Now it's time to play role players or serial killers. Thank you, FBI.
Pretty much, yep. All right.
Thanks for watching NSA, by the way. We appreciate it, even if you have to be here.
So you have a grumbling, growly somebody being towed along with Abraham. The man is not dressed in any kind of clothes that would suggest he's got steady income or any, real stable living either. Kind of messy, two like thin jackets on top of each other. Doesn't really look like well shaved and just kind of dirty skin. The other, the kindred that Bjorn is carrying, as I mentioned, Dinah kind of recognizes him as a venture she might have seen once or twice before. Can't really recall his name. He is otherwise in a very nice suit, otherwise a bit bloodied around the stake in his heart. But otherwise, clean cut, hairs slicked back.
All right, so what is it, a strength check to take the stake out?
Yep.
Okay, could one of you hold him down? I don't know how close to frenzy he is. I'm gonna pull this out.
I'll go ahead and lay him down on a chair or something and make sure that I have him in a good grapple when Dinah comes
Can someone get just a refreshment from the bar, just in case?
Yeah, I got that. And Luther will
Thank you,
run
Ronnie.
up very quickly.
Okay, so just a strength check, I guess.
Yeah, and just for the fun of it, let's have Bjorn do strength and brawl to keep him steady if he does flip out.
Okay. Hold on, gotta wait for my computer to load my sheet there. All right, strength. Okay.
Spirit, if you just want to tell me when I come back with the drink or not.
Yep.
I'm assuming you don't need to role play that.
What's the difficulty? Just 6?
And I got 4, assuming difficulty 6, I got 4 successes to hold the man grappled.
Hey! Alright, yeah. No. Yeah, 4.
All right, so Bjorn gets a steady, hold on the guy's shoulders, and Diana rips that wooden stake out of his heart. Kind of instantly, there's a small, input of breath, and you see him go wide-eyed, a little shocked, and begins shaking. Bjorn, you can tell he doesn't have much in the way of strength anyway, but he is kind of pressing at your arms, just in a bit of a panic.
Just Bjorn will immediately just be like, "Oh, hold on there. Calm down, you're safe."
What's going on? Who are you?
We found you in the alley. What's your
What?
name, honey?
And he looks down at the stake hole in his heart, and starts to seem to recollect what was happening, and you can see it even starting to very, very slowly close on its own. He starts shaking his head to, really collect his senses. Aaron, and then he spots the other gentleman nearby. What? And he backs up hard against the couch.
He's not gonna be hurting you.
So Aaron sits there just kind of shaking and doesn't seem to know what to do.
Calm down. We got something on the way for you, alright? You okay?
I suppose. And he seems to calm a little bit with your reassurances.
How wide open of an area are we in? Is this a side room? Or
It's toward the back. If people wanted to catch an eye of what you guys are doing, it wouldn't be hard.
all right, then I will be keeping an eye on the rest of the room while they deal with this poor individual.
Luther, you go and get a drink at the bar, and the bartender gives you a very concerned look of, what did you just bring back in here? But doesn't say anything. However, Jake, the Bruja from the other night that Rebecca was speaking with, starts heading in the direction of the group, kind of side glancing your way, looking very concerned.
Am I within arm's reach of him or no?
Maybe not arm's reach, but you can see each other. If you spoke up, he'd hear you.
Fuck. Did Rebecca say his name or no?
She
that
did.
is Jake. Okay.
You'd recognize him too. He's one of the higher up kind of gangrel, or Bruja rather.
Jake.
He was
I'll
heading.
quickly walk to him.
Yeah, he was heading toward the group, just looking at you, but now kind of skirts more in your direction since you addressed him. Hey, what the hell's going on?
I don't. We're trying to piece that together, but don't worry your head about it. We got it. Just enjoy your night, okay? We can handle this.
Uh-huh. So he backs up, but he kind of just finds a spot in the club to lean against a pole and keep half an eye out on your group.
Yeah, I'll quickly rush over to. So, all right, this is semi-important. Where is the guy whose liver was exploded in relation to, do I have to walk by him? Is he in pain?
I think you guys left him outside in the alley.
Oh, did we leave him in the alley?
That's what I believe.
To go get him because
Yes.
fuck that guy.
Okay, sorry.
We're
I
not
thought
gonna
we
let
brought
him
him
die, but fuck that guy.
back. Then yeah, there's no Luther has no real problems, and yeah, I'll walk straight up to the steaks dude and well, here you go, drink up. avoiding eye contact with the hole in this heart, apparently.
Aaron reaches out slowly, takes the drink, and drinks it at first slowly, but then downs the rest of it quickly. He sighs a little, shakily puts it on the table in front of him, and you can now see the hole closing a little bit faster.
All right. What happened? So look, what happened? What you look? What just? What's the last thing you remember?
I was here. I was meeting a friend. I left. Someone had grabbed me and started pulling me into that alley that's just outside.
Was there any warning, or did they just grab you from the crowd?
No, I was just... And he trails off, looking at the person across from him, and seems just generally a little nervous. No warning.
While this is going on, Bjorn's gonna get up. He'll let go of this guy a while ago, and walked over to the mesmerized guy and start patting him down, looking for a wallet or anything else on him.
He seems very unhappy with it, but also in a bit of a daze, so you're able to, pat him down. You pull out a wallet, and it does have a driver's license that, states he's about early 30s, has his name, which is Jason, and then just a bit of scrap cash, really no, credit cards or anything.
And no, weapons or anything on him?
There are 2 extra stakes in his big bulky jacket. Other than that, there's a pocket knife kind of inside his boot.
I'll just take the stakes and toss them on I assume there's a table or something nearby, and just kind of drop them on.
Luther would nudge Dinah a little bit. Dinah, can you look at these boys with your sight? See if there's anything.
Yeah, I was going to. I was just waiting for Aaron to be okay. Sure. Let's auspex the bejesus out of this person. So,
Actually,
what now?
no, as you start doing that, I'm going to hopefully I'm going to try and get a cell phone photo of the one that we have with us, and send that, as well as the information that there should be another one arriving at a hospital somewhere, to my PI. And say these are possibly connected to the thing that I am having you look up.
Spirit, do we recognize his name is Alex, right? The staked vampire.
Aaron.
It's a what? Say it again?
Aaron.
Aaron.
Ron.
Ron. Do we recognize Ron from the party we threw?
No.
Okay.
Crap, it's perception, empathy? I forget. I always forget every time.
Yep, perception,
I write this
empathy.
down. Thank you.
Versus 8.
Oof. Nope. That's a big fat 0. Man, I can roll the dumb check to just take the stake out, but I can't freaking ever do auspex. Ever.
Taking stakes out is an important check, you know? It would have
Yeah,
been
but anyone
embarrassing.
You don't know that, okay?
Yeah.
You were the person to
You
have done
did it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That makes me feel ever so much better.
Roland would have failed it. He just would have struggled and made the hole bigger or something.
All right. So Diana tries to seek out anything in the person's aura. Doesn't really make out much. You just get like that little bit of a static, because he's frustrated and doesn't want to be held like this.
And I don't mean to be a bother, but I think we're raising a bit of attention here. If there's some way we can...
Wait, okay, so I can make him calm down.
I mean, I think we already made the appearance. I think they already have seen us come in. I don't know exactly what our plan is, but there's eyes on us.
Does he? Okay, so how does dominate work? Can he not lie? Can he lie still to you?
I have told him to sit down and don't fight. Those are his only instructions right now.
Okay. How does it pair well with presence?
So dominate really depends on what I tell him to do and what I don't tell him to do. It can pair beautifully, or it can pair not at all. Like it really depends on what his commands are.
Okay. So Donnie's gonna go. All right, we should separate these two. Hey, and you're gonna need to stick around here, okay? Don't leave. And so we should move this gentleman from need to put them in different rooms so that we can talk to this dominated gentleman. Yes.
I agree.
Sorry, that was not it was only said the first part in character. No one responded, so I continued explaining unnecessarily out of character. So I was like, what do I do?
How is Rebecca doing, by the way?
Oh my god, she's not talking right now. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Like that isn't me.
I figured it was in character. I just wanted to, let you say something.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry. No, she is
You're good.
Definitely quiet for this.
Okay, well, that was Dinah's suggestion. Everybody else.
So I guess we separate them. Yes.
I mean, Rebecca will do the thing.
Bjorn will just nod. Yeah, I don't have a better plan.
Sorry, guys, I actually didn't hear the plan. What was it?
So we're gonna
Separate the two guys.
Okay. I can take Aaron to a safe place or something along those lines.
Sure. Just don't have him leave.
Oh, you mean here? We're safe place here?
Yeah, we need to figure out what's going on. I'm sure he'll be free to go in a minute, but still.
What is Aaron wearing?
He's just wearing a nice, silver suit with a white button down.
Okay. Aaron, give me your jacket. And I'll switch in with mine. I start.
Okay. He stands up slowly, a little shaky in the legs, and takes off his jacket, handing it over to you. I'm sorry, what was your name? And he says to Luther.
Luther. We're going to play catch up in just a second. No, you were. And here, take my coat. And I'll switch him coat so you can cover up that giant bloody hole.
Thank you. He puts it over his vest and shirt and kind of tucks it a bit over, but seems to kind of try and hold it so it doesn't get any blood on it.
Now, Aaron, let's make our way to the bar and get you some drinks. How's that sound?
That sounds fine. And he follows you, though he does keep glancing back at the group.
Yeah, I'll go sit down at the bar and order him a couple drinks.
Okay. And now that they're separated, I'm going to go ahead and try to, I guess, dread gaze this person to make them talk to me. So that is charisma and intimidation. So we're going to roll that shit. The difficulty is their wits plus courage.
Okay, 1 second. That'll be 7.
You got this. Easy peasy. You're gonna get like at least 3.
I hope so. Fuck.
On the first
Hey,
reader.
I did! Look at that! Plus a 10 and no 1, so I get to roll another one.
I mean, that 10 is not gonna hit.
Hey!
Way to be of little faith.
I know.
You don't.
Well,
we don't do
it
double.
doesn't double. It doesn't. Just let her have it.
We
Just let
don't
her
do
have
double exploding, but 4 is very good. So, Dinah turns on Jason, the man from the alley, and produces the dread gaze aspect of presence, in which her face turns into an unholy, monstrous, just disfigurement, and is, Now, Abraham, you told him to sit and not fight.
Yeah, my exact words were, don't fight, only sit.
Okay. So he just kind of falls back against the couch that's behind him and does look very frightened, just, shaking terribly, but also still very angry.
Who are you?
You've read my license, you know who I am.
He had a
Why are you
license.
He had a driver's license.
Oh, I did not realize that.
Yeah, I
I
didn't-
thought
Well,
he
Bjorn
just
took
had
his
cash.
wallet.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was the name? Oh, I guess only Bjorn knows. That's fine.
It's Jason.
What are you doing here?
You saw what I was doing here.
Cute. Where is your van?
My what?
The van that you were going to load them into.
Somewhere nearby.
Do you want to keep... Do you want to do this of your own volition, or do you want me to make you answer our questions? This is the big question here.
Feel free to try.
4? Okay.
Okay, what's he wearing?
He is wearing, like, raggedy shirt and jeans, 2 thin jackets, like, piled on top of each other to, create some extra warmth.
Okay. Oh wait, you said jacket?
Like, 2 thin jackets, like, not much padding on either.
Okay. I care specifically about skin. Like where is exposed skin? Hands and
His
hands and head?
hands, neck, and head, yeah.
All right. Then I am going to put my hand on his shoulder, making sure to have physical contact between my thumb and the skin on his neck, and say, "Oh, I don't need to try. You want to be cooperative. You want to help us out." And I'm going to try and mesmerize him again.
Okay.
Oh crap! What is it's manipulation subterfuge? I think.
Miss having that one sight.
No, it's It's 9. I don't remember why it's 9, but it's 9. So.
One second. Manipulation leadership?
That would be 9.
There you go.
Versus what?
Let me check. It's his willpower, which is 6.
So 3 successes.
Okay. And did you have a question for him?
No, I just said you don't want to, I don't need to try. You want to be cooperative and help us and answer all of our questions.
He starts looking incredibly uncomfortable, like something's underneath his skin, like really bothering him about that command.
Try now.
Had bean dip in my mouth, sorry. Let me just ruin the gravitas of the single fest. Alright. Where is your van?
He starts physically struggling with where he's sitting, like gripping the cushion underneath him, and just starts kind of growling in his throat, almost starting to speak. He starts to say a street name that you recognize as nearby, but as soon as he like mostly gets that out, you see his jaw shift kind of roughly, and a moment later he begins convulsing and starts foaming at the mouth.
Rebecca's gonna check if he's a mage now. That is just prime one.
Okay.
A single success. So like,
Is that specifically to see if he's a mage or just like anything about what he might be?
it's an aura check.
You see similar aspects in his aura to Kindred, but he's still human.
Okay.
Therefore, a ghoul.
Yeah.
Oh.
Can you guys command people to not talk? And maybe that's why, because he's...
Yes, I can command.
He's
No,
quickly
I mean-
slipping down to the floor, still convulsing, and more foam is coming out of his
I
mouth.
do not. I don't know what.
Yeah, no, Rebecca's gonna fucking med however she can help with that specific. I think he's half you.
Go ahead and roll me intelligence medicine.
2.
This looks like a reaction to a very specific poison.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, no. He's did he do you guys do cyanide capsules?
What?
I need to call the police because he's poisoned himself.
You can do things, can't you? Do something about this?
Yeah. Yeah, I can. Fuck it. Yeah, no. Can you guys leave for a second?
What?
And Bjorn will just immediately start walking
yes,
away,
I
turn his
suppose.
back, and
Fine.
Yeah,
Rebecca's just gonna lay on hands as soon as, like, at least they're turned away. Not that I think it matters, like, vulgar without witnesses doesn't matter around vampires, but, like,
Nope.
I want to be safe.
Not to mention, you don't know that. Like you.
Yeah, so it's just flat out life 3. She's going to burn, like, and it's gonna cost a dox, and why isn't fucking tuna here to eat it?
I always ask you and Abraham, do you want to bring your pets along?
100%, I just bought.
Oh.
Hope, you had one job. We brought you here for one job.
The fucking botch, and you did it. Good job. This is
Fucking
entertaining.
magical.
This is so good.
This is really bad. This is bad.
I know what it's like to be an audience member of this happening now. This is, guys. This is good.
I take docs. I take an amount of docs. I think I
Equal
just...
to all of it.
Shit. It's been so long since I botched something vulgar, I don't remember how much docs I take.
I'm trying to find it myself as well. Because I am still new to this.
Sorry, I'm pulling up the book now. I forgot to pull it.
It's okay.
Have we ever seen anything like this before?
100%. I don't think I've ever done this in front of you guys. Like I've botched paradox, or I'm sorry, coincidental rolls, which is just a dot of docs, which ain't bad, but I always forget how much you take for botching a vulgar roll.
Well, I will describe what happens in the meantime.
Okay.
Which is that, so as a ghoul, they're still human. Human things can affect them as easily as they do normally, but they kind of have a little bit of added fortitude with the kindred blood in their system. So as you're trying to, like, pull this poison out of them and stop its effects from the system, it speeds it up. So while it would have taken him a little while to actually die, probably longer than a normal human, he convulses much more rapidly. His eyes begin bulging in his head, and he finally, with a sudden, hard, sharp thump, falls back dead on the ground.
Okay, cool. I take 4 dots of docs, and I have to do a backlash roll. You take a dot, and then however many dots in the thing you tried to do.
Yeah. Do you have the thing for the backlash? I was looking it up, but...
I'm pulling it up.
Okay. So it's been a fun night for Rebecca.
Yeah, I know, right? It's generally when you get 5 points or more, and she is at 4, so it's on you. Like, if you want me to roll for it,
Yeah, you fed tuna from the last time you got any, so we'll leave it there for now. But Rebecca knows that that things are teetering on the edge.
Yeah.
Alright.
Another thing is a lot of times paradox manifests itself in ways that relate to what you've done. So like, for instance, one time in a different game, I rolled to try and turn something into glass and ended up turning it into plastic, and then her hair turned into plastic as well, just as a result of it. Because like paradox fucks with you. Like it hurts and it's weird and it doesn't make sense. And you don't want it on you.
I will keep it in mind.
Now you smell like almonds.
That said, Jake, as well as a couple other people, are now heading directly for where all of you are, because a man just fell over, convulsing and foaming at the mouth.
Shit. Did we recognize the name of the street name, at least?
Yeah, it was Turner, which is not too far away. It is just like a couple blocks, so they probably would have kind of maybe similar to Bjorn, dragged the guy out that way. So, specifically Jake kind of gets there the fastest because he was keeping an eye on all of you, and he just plants his feet right at the edge of where this guy fell. The hell do you think you're all doing?
How many people have come over?
There's like a couple others are like kind of just whispering, like, what's going on? It is a kindred club, not like something like this hasn't happened before, but it's a little out of the ordinary.
And who was the person who spoke?
Jake, the Bruja.
And who is he exactly? I don't...
Oh, Jake is, so the, like, kind of head of the Bruja is Dutch, and Jake is, like, his right-hand man. Not that they always see eye to eye, but, they're kind of the main Bruja in the city. And additionally, Jake became Rebecca's call to bodyguard when Luther won from Marcel the favor.
Is the bartender still near, or was the bartender also one of the people who ran over?
The bartender is certainly keeping an eye out on things, but you actually see him on the phone right now. One of the other people that came over was Seth, who you also talked to the other night.
Am I?
Seth, one of the people whose girlfriend
Yes,
was?
that was Seth had his girlfriend Teresa is missing.
So who would be, receptive to what's going on? Hopefully.
Mhm.
Can I? I'm gonna call over the bartender, see if he gets off the phone.
He sees your wave and kind of puts up a single finger, like, hold on.
Aaron, do you have a place that you feel maybe we shouldn't have you be alone? Are you okay with hanging out with us for a little bit so we can make sure that we can protect you?
And he actually looks very unsure about that since he can kind of hear what's going on in the club and you guys seem involved. No, I can go back to my sires. It's fine.
Who's your sire, Aaron?
It's Karen.
Do I know Karen? Is she
Yes.
like a... Okay.
Karen is higher up in the she's sort of like a primogen, except they don't really use the terms in the city much.
All right, Aaron. Go straight to your sire, Karen, and tell her that you might be an active target of a hunt. And just make sure that she calls the people that she needs to call to make sure you're safe, all right?
He pulls out a cell phone and begins texting. I'll have one of her cars brought over so I don't have to go anywhere.
Perfect. And the quicker the better, because as soon as they find a man out back with an exploded liver, the cops are probably going to be coming. You're going to be man number one. Yeah?
Of course. And he shakily takes another drink.
Luther kind of gets up and very quickly walks, trying to walk past everyone before they get to, because Luther doesn't actually know what's happening, so he's gonna join the rest of the group.
As you approach, you see the man on the floor with, foam kind of drizzling out of his mouth, but his eyes are wide and unblinking.
Fuck, never mind. When Luther sees that, he turns around and walks back the other way.
Poor Luther.
He's gonna
Stuck in a world of darkness with a soft heart.
It's like a courage roll or something like that to be able to get past it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, if I could do that roll.
Yeah,
to
go ahead.
stomach
Black courage.
saving it, okay.
Okay. Dinah's gonna want to go as soon as absolutely possible, realizing they're kind of leaving a dead body here, going to go after that car. Does any one of us happen to have obfuscate? Because you look like that dude.
So here's part of the problem with that. We have people specifically coming and asking us questions.
What was that?
We have people specifically coming and asking us questions.
Okay, yeah, no, we can definitely take a break. I was just waiting for this roll. Okay, Luther, you got a success, so it still makes your stomach turn to like look at this scene, but you can face the direction and take in the details. Like, okay, dead man on floor, what's happening?
Yeah, he'll still kind of like, maybe you can kind of see him like looking up and away. He's gonna try and tiptoe around it also. And he's going to kind of like make a straight line to Dinah.
And we still have people about to ask us questions, right? Like
I think he means in game. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, in game.
Jake is standing there, still waiting for someone to say something to him. Like, even his hands are up. Like, who is this?
This man has been responsible for kidnapping Kindred. in the past. Well, not perhaps solely responsible, but he was in the middle of trying to kidnap.
Dan's not going to be there very long. If someone wants to stay here and answer questions, that's perfect. Otherwise, you're welcome to come if you want to, Mr. Jake. We are going to go find the van that they were going to go load this person into, or at least I am. So
Jake starts rubbing his forehead, then looks down at the man, kicks his foot once, just to make sure he's actually dead, and shakes his head. I guess I'll stay back. Where the hell are you going?
Abraham,
Yes,
will you please compensate this man for the time and the trouble that we've caused him?
of course.
please.
I'm not looking to get paid.
Look, it's the least we can do. We came in here, we caused a disturbance. There's a dead body on your floor.
Ain't my bar. I just want to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest we talk to the bartender. And
Right, I forgot.
Wait, I thought you said Jake owned it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's kind of where I retrospect remember you definitely saying that's not the case, but
yeah, Jake's the bodyguard. The bartender's on the phone.
yeah.
I mean, it is a club for us. Maybe they have some kind of disposal fee that they might charge us when things get a little bit hairy, but
Look, it ain't my bar, but I know whose it is. I'll take care of it. Just, look, you got a trail on this shit? Go.
I will only slow you down. Go, leave. I will take care of things here. And while they're leaving, I'm going to start going through doing a panel of spirit touches. Like,
Okay.
I'm gonna touch a bunch of things. Specifically, one thing that I want to do is I kind of want to try and grab a piece of the tooth of the cyanide capsule and spirit touch that.
Okay. Before we go diving into that, we can take our first break. So,
Just really quick before we wrap up.
Yeah.
So we plan on taking the cyanide body out of the club and we're to the van.
what? I thought we were leaving the
No,
cyanide body.
we're leaving the body here. With, like,
Okay,
I
we're
think
leaving the
splitting
body.
the party.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So,
me
yeah.
me and Dinah are going to go
Yeah,
to.
Dinah was just about to go. All right, Bjorn, come on. Like
Okay.
that's.
Nope. I'm 100% now. We're good.
I'm going with you guys also because there's probably less dead bodies in that van.
Not for long.
Is Rebecca staying with Abraham or coming with us?
And how much like almonds does she smell?
I have no idea where she's going. Like, she will go where if someone says go, she will go. If no one says anything, she'll stay.
No one's gonna make anyone go because it's.
Well, hold on. Have you been like oddly, like you've been kind of shaken up by this whole
She
thing,
looks
correct?
physically ill.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dinah will leave you alone. She's not gonna make you come.
Yeah, then she'll stay.
Bjorn might even like hand her his credit card and just be like, "Get yourself a drink." And I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, she'll take it. And thank you. Yeah, good luck.
All right, we're good.
And now break.
Yeah, Dinah will give you like a concerned look, and then they turn to leave. Yeah, that's.
Yep. All right. So we are going to take just a couple minute break for the hour. Anybody in chat, if you've got questions to our characters or what's going on in the story, if you've joined us a little later than, been tagging along with all the episodes, we are happy to fill in any little holes. So yeah, how is everybody doing? How's Hope / Rebecca doing?
Hey, but like on the plus side, I'm winding up a yarn ball. That feels like the only good thing about.
I mean, that's gotta be it's gotta be calming.
It's a consolation prize.
It's a consolation prize. I don't know about that since I don't have anything to do with it, but good as long as you feel that way.
So is this Rebecca's first dead body?
I mean, second if that guy in the alley dies.
Right, but you didn't see him dead.
Yeah, no, this is definitely her first kill.
I mean, you
Skill.
didn't really kill him. Like, he was already dying. You just weren't able to stop him from dying.
Yeah, no, she made it.
He killed himself. You just accelerated
You
it.
just sped up the process.
Okay, so
You
she
didn't
used.
cause it, you just made it.
That's better.
Yeah, you just made it worse.
Hey, Night Angel 34, yeah, the YouTube link is down below. I can also post it. There we go. Thank you, CS.
Terrible news. I'm out of yarn to wine, so the world is sad again.
Yeah,
Get some
but
camo yarn.
Night Angel, all of our previous New Orleans by Night episodes are up there except last week's, but I'll get that up tonight or tomorrow. The VOD is on Twitch though if you want to watch it. And there's also our older New York game, which we'll go back to eventually. Hunter series and an Anarch vampire game. So, fun stuff. On a scale of 1 to 10, how glad is everyone to have Modi back? 20 and 11. Hope is happier than SCB.
For sure.
I'll call it a solid like 8. Like I'll be inside. I'll follow the damn rules.
And Spira, will Cosby joining us, or is he outsies?
You what?
I thought you were asking him.
joining, or is he
I asked a question. It looked like you turned and asked Cos what I asked. I was asking if Cos was joining us or not.
I think not. Maybe later. He's having private time with his food.
Oh, okay. I'm glad you said with.
I think we all can understand that one.
Yeah, pretty much. But now you can see his lovely hair that took hours.
I saw that when you
Oh,
walked
that's
in.
I love it.
That's
It looks
Look
nice.
at it.
I like
Get
it.
close to that camera, Cos. He can. Look, I want to see it, like up close. I want to
You
feel
want to
it.
see it.
We want to experience. it.
Closer. Oh my God,
We
it's
need
so
to
red.
Experience.
He's
Never-
so bright.
You
It's
never
really
touch
bright.
a black lady's hair, Spiro. What are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
Look at
I-
that giggle.
I passed it along, Jar. But yeah, am I ever gonna run a Sabat game? Yes, at some point. I don't know when. I did a special a long time ago, so if nothing else, I'll at least do one of those again. Does Kuznik know about my
Please
new
do.
boyfriend? Antediluvian game
no.
when? Trust me, I really want to do like first or second city. That'll be something else. Oh yeah, no, I have a mohawk. In fact, it's the other side is also done. I just have very, very long hair in the middle.
When we play the first city game, I'm playing Tremere and I'm gonna have Technomancy. Bam.
Shamir's not in the first or second city.
If he wants to be, he is. He's a mage.
He was
basically.
sent back in time by a true Bruja.
No.
or I could play a Toreador with Carcissitude.
No.
Hey, Hope.
No to
Hope,
all
Can
of
you turn
this.
around to your left? Hope, can you look to your left? Do you see that door? Oh, is that your closet?
That's a closet. Are you telling me to go back in?
I'm just telling you to take a door because that joke was bad.
Alright, I think that's a pretty good little break. Got some questions answered, got to look at people's hair. That was fun. So, Dinah and Bjorn and Luther are heading out with Aaron staying back at the bar. Abraham's also staying back. Jake is staring at this dead body, deciding what he wants to do with it. And Rebecca... I believe is staying unless someone... I was also trying to change music, but I believe she's staying unless someone drags her along.
And I don't think anyone is.
Yeah, no, she'll stay.
All right. Bjorn and Dinah, you are heading out to.
I'm with them too.
Okay, and Luther, you're heading out to Turner Street, not too far from here. Abraham, you were going to do all of your spirits touch.
Yes, lots of it. I'm just gonna kind of do a panel. Anything that sticks, I'm looking specifically for obviously information about where this guy is. Perhaps his sire or his regnant, I think is the word.
Yeah.
Domitor. Regardless.
I think they both work. It's
okay.
Yeah.
Regardless, I'm going to touch a lot of things to see what's going on and figure out where this guy came from, who he is, what he's doing.
okay. The role is perception empathy. Just at least give me a vague sense of what you're checking at a time, because the difficulty might change.
All right. I think the first one that I want to go for is a piece of the tooth that held the cyanide capsule.
Okay. That one's only gonna be difficulty 5.
Perception, empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. Well, that's still 2, even though I got 2 1s.
You get a hold on one second. You recognize the aura on it as kindred. So obviously whoever gave it to him and or actually physically placed it there was kindred. And I'll give you, because you're also Venture, you get just a little tingling of Dominate related to all of this, which you kind of could have put together as well with the fact that you were able to mesmerize him, but then he still was able to do this instead of answering questions.
All right. Did Bjorn take the wallet or leave it?
I would take it.
Okay. Then, any jewelry, any watches, necklaces, rings?
Let me look and see. There's not really anything on him in the way of like jewelry or accessories. Mainly the only other things that are on him are the 2 other stakes you guys noticed inside his jacket, and then like a crumpled pack of cigarettes and a lighter.
Okay. Lighter. Lighter is something he would use a lot. So I'm gonna try for the lighter.
Cigarettes?
Yeah, cigarettes come and go. Lighter stays.
No. I'm curious. What kind of cigarettes? Like, are they menthols? Are they longs? Are they slims? It says a lot about a person about what type of smoke they have.
Unfiltered, filtered, Marlboros, 100s,
Hand rolled.
50s, hand rolled, American spirits, green box turquoise teal. What do we got?
Menthol Newports.
Oh, damn.
Oh.
I got a really specific image in my head.
I know you did, because I think we've all hung around enough smokers to know them by their purchase.
Jeez, guys, come on.
All right.
So lighter.
Yep. Go ahead, roll that one. That will be difficulty. That'll be difficulty 7.
3 successes.
Okay. You do get some sense from this that, yeah, he's had it a while, at least, like maybe a month or two, does use it very regularly, and you even get, like, this kind of image of him standing with someone who yells at him for lighting it. Again, you gotta kind of get this kindred aura from this sense.
Do I possibly get a gender of a sound of voice, even if not specifically? I know that guy.
Yeah, male voice, and, you know, a bit gruff.
And he doesn't wear glasses, so I guess I am assuming.
No.
I'd be happy if he wore glasses.
No.
Then I guess 2 more, like, just kind of clothes, and then shoes specifically, because people wear the same shoes a lot. So I'll just go with kind of clothes.
Yeah, go ahead. Those will be 6.
Jesus Christ. That is 6 successes.
Hey, maybe don't hog the luck there, bro.
No, there was a bunch sitting on the table. I figured I'd grab it, because you didn't use any.
It
Good.
spilled from my hand.
Good roll, but there's not really much left on the clothes.
Yeah. Alright, then shoes.
I'm just gonna tell you there's not really gonna be anything on the shoes.
Alright, cool.
Alright.
Yeah, that's what
Okay. Bjorn and Dinah sneaking off down to... And Luther sneaking down to Turner Street. Sorry, I kept thinking you were at the bar with Aaron, but you decided to go along with them.
Yeah, I told him to go do his thing.
Yep. So you 3 approach Turner Street, and when you look down, it's kind of a mess of like an alleyway. It's not even like a full proper street. You can take it to get to another street, but it's there's like even some construction there, and there is a dingy old kind of rusted up white van down there.
Okay, I'm gonna try and auspex to see, just like I guess sight senses, see if I can notice if anyone's in there. I don't know, because I think you have to actually target in order to see the emotions, because I was gonna use that to see how many people were inside.
If you're just trying to check if there's anybody inside, no, I'll give you like heat sense radar.
Thanks.
Yeah,
I
so go ahead and roll for
appreciate
that.
All right. So that is perception, empathy, which is 7 on. What's the difficulty?
7.
8? 7. Okay.
Alright, you lowered
Of
it.
course, there you go. I'm not even gonna bother re-rolling that 10. Fucking Jesus.
You do not sense anybody inside the van or down the alley. It seems pretty safe to head down and check anything out you want.
Alright, I don't think there's anyone in there. We can let's check it out.
Do we see a van?
Yeah, you
Yes.
saw the van, and she was checking with Auspex to see if she noticed any bodies nearby.
Okay. Then Luther will, if I could do like a perception check. Well, there. Yeah, just to walk up to it and see what we see. See if there's anything cool inside.
What did you want to roll?
Just like a perception check through the mirror to see if there's anything inside, maybe like traps or anything like that.
Look at your sheet real quick. You can give me a perception roll at difficulty 7.
No abilities, just perception.
Yeah, it would have been like maybe. Yeah, you're just trying to see, like,
You're good.
inside
You're-
of it.
Yeah. I'm just checking
All
inside.
right. You
I
don't
am
really
serious
notice anything. It looks like, there's just it looks like there's just like a mat on the bottom of it, and like it really looks like there's not even really anything in there, no like tools. There's like, stuff to like change a tire. That's about it.
I'll go for a handle, see if I can open it.
If you're checking the back door, it opens.
And what's in there?
Like you saw kind of from outside the window, it was just kind of like a mat on the bottom, for probably towing their charges. There's some basic tool repairs items on the side, and up front there's a couple cups of old coffee.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's too much here, I guess. Maybe we could track the plates, maybe?
I guess. I was hoping they had a driver, but that's alright.
Real quick, back at the bar where Abraham is trying to see if he finds anything from this body. Jake is standing nearby, just arms folded, watching Abraham go at this. What is Rebecca doing? Like, I know she's freaked out. Just like, did she move away? Did you go to the bar?
No, she's watching, and she is growing increasingly concerned with whatever Abraham is doing.
I mean, he did just reach his hand right in the guy's mouth.
Right? Yeah, no, that's
To
absolutely...
be fair, the second thing I did is wiped my hand off on his clothes.
Yeah, but then you inspected his clothes.
Yeah.
It's eyebrow raising at the least.
All right. Abraham, though, you seem to have gotten about as much as you can off of this person's personal items. Rebecca, just as a reminder, because I think this was the next place you wanted to go, you have that information on Martin, where he lives. Otherwise, Jake is standing there, again, like kind of just watching whatever Abraham's doing. It doesn't seem like he is surprised. He's just kind of interested. But the bartender comes over with a bit of a concerned look.
Rebecca is going to go talk to Jacob.
Okay. So he sees you troll up to his side and just shakes his head. The hell are you getting mixed up with all this for?
That is a wonderful question that I can't really give you an answer to right now. What does body disposal look like in the vampire world?
Jake shrugs and says, depends. Could be buried out in the woods, could be incinerated, could be turned over to someone who wants to, and it gives a kind of gross, like, smirk, just like, do something else with it.
She's going to look kind of disturbed at that last one. But then she will pat him on the shoulder. Okay, so you've got that taken care of, right? I don't...
Yeah, no, don't worry about that. That's not your concern. The bartender taps Abraham on the shoulder.
Yes.
Your one friend, Luther, I believe. Do you know where he got off to?
I believe he went to check on the ride of this man, make sure there is not a third that is getting ready to drive away.
Right. And where would that be?
I will list the name of the street.
Turner, yeah, okay. So he just nods and turn on his heel, goes back to the bar. So Rebecca, speaking with Jake, he confirms she has nothing to worry about. He's going to take care of this. And you even see him, with his foot, kind of push the guy further back into the boothed area. Just try to get him out of walking, range.
No, like when he starts to do that, she will try and give him a hand and be a little more courteous about it.
After he gets him a little further away, he takes out a cell phone and seems to be making arrangements for this.
Yeah, then she's going to go back to Abraham and see how he's doing.
Probably straightening my suit that I didn't expect to. Because I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think I'm in fancy clothes tonight.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Then I'm probably straightening my suit. Dusting off my knees.
How you doing, Abe? Raham?
I
Abraham?
am all right. Are you fine? You seem troubled.
Troubled's a good word. So we gonna go find Martin, or?
I suppose do you know if the bartender has these covered?
Jake is making calls, so.
Then I suppose we continue what we are doing.
Yeah.
All right, so are Rebecca and Abraham heading out to Martin's place?
Sounds like it, yeah.
All right. Then back with Bjorn, Luther, and Dinah out in the van. Do you have anything else you're going to be kind of poking around for?
I was just looking for clues. If there's really not anything to find here, there's not really any point. We can go back, I guess. We should probably... No, let me do some here. We should probably, one of us, go after the one that was sent to the hospital.
Well, I'm not exactly volunteering for that.
I don't like hospitals.
Luther, you're taking the van plate number down?
Yeah, I'll just take a photo of it.
Okay. So as you gather yourselves back out of the van and start heading out on your way, you do actually see someone approaching you rather quickly.
Who is it?
One second.
Is it the bartender?
Nope. Luther and Dinah, in particular, I think you would vaguely recognize this as Raoul. He happens to be a venturer who is part of the prince's household. So someone who tends to live and work for him, getting, basic business done. Bjorn, you might have seen him around, but probably don't know him very well. And he is approaching your group quickly.
Sorry, so we know who he is and his name and all that?
Yes, Raoul.
Well, Raul, how's it going tonight?
Hey, Luther. Marcel sent me to track you down.
Just me, or is everything all right?
Yeah. And he looks around quickly to make sure no one nearby is specifically, there are a lot of people around. Look, Marcel said that you contacted Detective Carter.
Oh, yeah, I talked to little Carter.
Yeah, well, and he gets, even a little closer to Luther, kind of speaking a bit low, looks over at Bjorn and Dinah, but doesn't really seem to worry that if they're listening. Listen, Carter flipped some shit on Marcel. He is not happy about Kindred looking into this business.
I'm sorry. Carter is upset that Kindred is looking into Kindred business.
I believe he's upset because you were asking about the humans as well, and just generally poking around in what, I don't know, I guess he felt was his, business.
All right, and this warrants you coming out here looking for me, or what's up?
Yeah. Well, Marcel is a bit indisposed at the moment. That's why he sent me along. But if you could make it to his place in about, and he pulls out his phone to look at the time, about an hour. I think he has some information for you.
Well, that's okay. Yeah. I'll send Marcel a text. Thank you so much, Raoul, for coming and finding me, and I'll be there tonight in a little.
Yeah, of course. And he starts walking away. I'd make sure you're there.
Yeah, I'll be there. Don't worry. You're covered. Now go enjoy your night. Oh, actually, since you're here,
He stops and turns around.
do you know how to drive?
Yeah, of course. I know how to drive.
Do you know how to hotwire a car?
Let me look at his sheet.
I mean, we might as well have someone take this van, and so they can go search for it. You know, they can do a fine comb through it.
He does, as you ask him, he kind of turns his head and looks at the van behind you. Says, "You talking about that thing? What for?"
Well, belong to, and I'll kind of give like a look to Bjorn and Dinah, kind of like shrug, like should I tell him?
It's part of the investigation, which is why he called for Detective Carter in the first place.
It might have belonged to a couple of hunters, or I don't know. They attacked the Kindred tonight, and this is their vehicle, and they're probably going to put the person in this vehicle. So maybe I don't know. I don't know what the prince has resources-wise of looking into these kind of things, but this is a pretty big piece of evidence. And I know about Dinah and I, and I'm not quite sure about Bjorn, but I'm not sure if we're properly equipped to look into it.
Yeah, of course. I'll either get it out of here or keep a watch on it. You said there was a couple people hunting Kindred. What happened to them? Did they get away?
Bjorn will, from back where he's sitting by the van, just kind of smile, showing his fangs.
I take it maybe not.
One definitely did not make it through. The other is currently headed to a hospital. We're keeping tabs.
I mean, that part we can handle that part. And if you want to pass the information along, we have that part handled. It's this key piece of evidence that I kind of can't look too much deeper into. If you want to handle that, or ask Marcel to handle that.
Rel shakes his head and puts a hand up to stop you. Look, if you're going to meet him tonight, you can tell him all the details. I'll just take care of this part, I guess.
Thank you, Raoul. I'll be on my way, and it's been a pleasure.
All right. Are Bjorn and Dinah tagging along?
Yep.
All right.
If no one else is going to volunteer to go to the hospital, Dinah will still do it. So.
Oh, Dinah's gonna go to the hospital?
If no one else is going to go after the other guy, yeah, she'll.
All right.
That's all you, honey.
I know, but I'm not going to let them just go unsupervised and be released, so.
Yeah, massive trauma to the liver like that, they got a 60% chance of living, depending on...
But I want to make sure.
Yeah. Alright, meanwhile, with Rebecca and Abraham, Rebecca, you have the address for Martin's apartment. He is one of the kindred that is recently missing, and you found his records in the hospital marked as deceased. So, but with that, you found his address, and you think, perhaps you can head that way and maybe find any other clues.
Yeah, Dinah would want to swing by and pick up Rebecca if they're going to the hospital.
Okay.
All right, I thought we were going to Martin's.
Yeah, we already went to, or she was at the hospital and got information, and now we're headed to Martin's place.
That was a bit of a wrap up from last session. Remind
Yeah.
everyone where she got that information.
Right. No, that's fine.
All right, yeah, no, she's definitely still gonna let Abraham drive.
Yeah. Like I said, it'll be, you know, a little bit hard on the pedals, but like he knows what he's doing. He drives like an old man.
That's fine. And like she would have given you shit before, but like she's just gonna let it happen.
Yeah.
So as you arrive at the address, you see a very rundown apartment building. It even looks like some of the windows facing outside have been just completely boarded up, as if that apartment in particular has been condemned. As you enter the building, there's trash throughout the hallways. You even see like a cat run by chasing after some kind of bug. And there's mixed noises throughout the building. Some people arguing, some TVs that are too loud. But you finally reach the third floor, which was his apartment. And what do you do?
I've got Auspex hearing up.
Okay.
Rebecca's just gonna knock.
Auspex hearing up for Abraham. It's not cacophonous, but it's very irritating with the different noises and levels of volume. But if you're trying to listen in to the apartment, it does sound silent. And Rebecca, after you knock, you don't get any response.
I do not believe anyone is home.
Okay. You want to take a look inside?
Yes, I believe that was the plan.
Okay. Well, do you have some kind of vampire lock power, or?
If the lock is sentient, yes, I do.
Okay. Well.
If I had something that could be used for a lockpick, many years ago, this was a skill I had. I might still be able to do it.
I have some bobby pins in my purse.
I could certainly.
God willing. I'm a girl. Can I have them?
Yes, you can have bobby pins.
Yeah, no, she'll hand over, like she'll reach into her purse for what is just like a pack of bobby pins that have been spilled. Pulls them out with like a couple of crumpled receipts and I don't know, purse lint.
All right, Abraham, if you want to give it a try, it's dexterity and larceny.
Larceny, yep. The thing that I have 4 dots in. Because I haven't had to pick a lock in a couple hundred years. And, you know, locks have definitely not changed in that time.
No, they haven't. You're fine.
Versus 6? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. That's 2 successes.
All right, it wasn't a very difficult lock. It's very simple. You just had to get those bobby pins in there, twist them around a little bit, and you hear it click open. And the door even is it's old, and the hinges are just, not great either, so it slightly opens.
I will admit I did not expect that to work.
Well, you can keep them and then practice on your own.
After you.
Okay. She'll just open the door and go in.
Oh, no. I opened the door and.
And then after you. Oh, how polite. Yeah, no, she'll just go in.
Once you enter the apartment, it's a simple 1-bedroom, and it seems to be in similar disrepair and unkemptness as the rest of the apartment building. And in fact, you can see handful of empty bottles laying on the ground, some beer cans, and on the small coffee table across from the disgusting ratty old couch, there is actually some paraphernalia for shooting heroin.
Do
You said
vampires?
this man.
But initially you don't see anyone in here. Otherwise there's just a door to what would probably be a bathroom and a door to a bedroom.
You said this man was supposed to be dead, which would lead me to believe Kindred.
Yeah, no, that's what I said, but it was 10 years ago. I don't know if he moved. Do vampires do heroin? I mean,
Not directly if they want to. If they want to, I would have to find someone who has done it and drink from them.
okay.
And also the beer cans are a decent giveaway.
Okay, well maybe he has company over. I don't.
Yeah, absolutely. I will. While we're having this discussion, I imagine we're both kind of snooping.
Yeah. You know, like cops do in crime dramas, where they look around but then they talk sports at the same time.
So, this living room's pretty much just as I described it. The kitchen does not seem to have anything like in the way of food. There's like some plates that look like they haven't been touched in forever, and similarly some silverware. The sink looks like it's maybe been used, but other than that, doesn't look like anyone's actually cooked anything here in a long time.
All right. And
Okay.
there is a bedroom as well?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
Yes, there is a bedroom and a bathroom.
What's in them?
Which one do you open first?
The one on the right.
Yeah, the right one.
That is, in fact, the bedroom. When you open it, you see a man passed out on the bed and a young, very skinny woman in kind of Lady of the Night clothes similarly passed out next to him.
Aura read.
Yep, go ahead. Difficulty 7.
So 3.
Not bad. All right. So let me get my colors. Could have sworn there was one for like intoxicated, but I'm just gonna say that
Blurry.
huh?
Just blurry.
Yeah. So you see kind of just a like gray color around the man that's just kind of gives off this sense of like not in a good place. Just, you know, obviously you can even kind of tell from the way the apartment looks. But it is very pale, so you could tell immediately that he's in fact Kindred. And yeah, there's sort of this like wispy, like kind of yellowy color that makes you think like he's definitely high, possibly on the heroin from drinking from someone else.
He's on the heroin.
Yes. The person next to him is dead.
Well, I have found our Kindred.
Okay.
This,
Do
by
you
the
guys? Do
way,
you
is
guys
what
still
a
get
high
hookers?
Kindred looks like. What?
Do you guys still get hookers?
It has been known to happen, though typically for blood more than sex.
She doesn't look disheveled.
Okay.
Let me know if you actually want to like look at them any closer from the bedroom. That's from the bedroom door.
She
that's all
is
you see.
totally not taking steps closer.
Yeah, Abraham also isn't. Also, it looks he is high.
Okay,
And
so do we just?
I think has killed her
I
to
think it's fucking
get there.
I'm sorry. You said she's dead.
She is dead. Yes. Poor Rebecca.
You know what? I totally get why you guys are so chill with fucking dead bodies now. Because it's a Tuesday for you. Because this is just 3 in a night. I guess that's more than usual.
That is a dramatic number, but it is more a matter of we have been around for a very long time.
Not a good excuse. I'm not seeing that as a good excuse right now. I don't. Do you splash water on him? We should talk to him, right? I don't. She is looking away from this door now at this point. Like, nope. Yeah. So do we? Do you want to wake him up? I don't. I've touched enough corpse today, so I don't.
We could. I don't know how much help he would be. He is. I am actually. He is clearly high, so I don't know how much assistance he will be.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, Rebecca.
What should we do then? I mean, he's not missing, so he's not on the list, but I don't know if he ever has been missing, so it'd be nice to ask him a question, but he's high as shit, so I don't know. Hey, Abraham, what do you do in this situation?
To be fair, I'm about in the same loss as you are. Equally at a loss is how you would say that.
Okay, well, you magicked the other guy to talk. Can you magic this guy to talk to?
They have to hear me. I suppose I guess I will kind of unsurely walk over and like see if I can wake the guy up.
All right. You go ahead and walk up to the man passed out. He's got like kind of greasy, dirty, short blonde hair. Seems to like, have a bit of a paunch. He obviously didn't take great care of himself as a living human either. And he's just wearing just an old black t-shirt, half tucked into some jeans. So you start shaking him and he just kind of groans a little.
After the first groan, I'm gonna go. Give me one moment, please. I need to. Actually, no. I have a question.
Yeah.
Dominate.
Uh-huh.
Does it work on beasted vampires?
Like if they're in frenzy?
Yeah, frenzying vampires. That's the word that I'm supposed to be using.
I wanna say no.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah. I think it doesn't, because the idea is that the beast is like completely taken over.
I agree. Just wanted to confirm.
Mm-hmm. You lost that kind of intelligence aspect to affect.
Yeah. I think, in retrospect, there is a non-zero chance that he is likely to frenzy, and that is something that I am not capable of handling by myself.
That well, I will say Abraham maybe not like a drug connoisseur, but heroin affects kindred the same way. There's actually a higher chance than normal, but depends on if anything it would affect him that would cause frenzy.
Here's the problem, though. The last time that drugs were even remotely something that would have affected Abraham was several hundreds of years ago, and it would have been laudanum, and like heroin wouldn't have really been on his radar, and I don't think it still would be. I don't think he has any idea what heroin does other than it ruins lives and is bad.
Okay, I was just gonna say, since you've been around New Orleans for long enough, you might have seen a couple cases. But if you feel he'd be still like, I don't really know.
No, you know what? That makes sense. He does spend a lot of his time pretending to be a hobo. He would have researched it for academic purposes.
So you were half right. Like there's a possibly increased chance, but not that like the second he wakes up, he will.
All right. Well, I am concerned he might frenzy. I don't know what kind of position he is in, and a frenzying vampire is not something I am capable of handling.
Oh, okay. What does a frenzying vampire look like?
Very aggressive, out for blood, angry, not really thinking with higher functions.
Okay. I mean, I could hope maybe force him asleep if it comes to that, but
I think the way we typically respond is have a steak ready. It does not kill us, it just puts us to sleep.
okay. I'm not a carpenter or a woodworker.
Any sharp object works as long as it pierces the heart.
Okay. She's gonna look around in his house for like maybe a wooden chair that she could break apart. Or like a knife. You know what? A knife is so much easier.
Yes, solidly what I was thinking.
All right. If you go into the kitchen and poke around, you do find like a nice sized kitchen knife.
Yeah, no, she's going to grab it and then
So not
put
a
that
heroin needle.
firmly in
No.
Ibrahim's hands. We all saw what I did with brass knuckles today. So here, this is for you, and I'm not killing anyone today. Again.
This is not this would not kill. Just be prepared in case something happens. Be ready, on your toes, as it were. And then I will try and wake him up again.
All right. Maybe a little more forcefully this time.
Yeah.
Abraham tries to wake up this stranger, and he blearily opens his eyes, starts to sit up on one arm, and tries to focus on what's in front of him. Who the fuck are you?
I am also kindred.
Good for you. What are you doing here? And
Are you? So I will say, are you? Look over at Rebecca. What was his name again?
Martin.
Are you Martin?
what? And he holds his head, sitting up more, still trying to gather his thoughts. He notices the knife in your hand. Whoa, hey, that's... What are you doing with that?
I'll set it down. I was worried about that you might frenzy. It is... I did not know how thirsty you were.
His head wobbles, and he kind of looks over at the girl that's next to him. Ugh. What were you asking?
Are you Martin?
Martin. No. Name's Derek. Who's Martin?
Martin is the person who is supposed to own this place. How long have you been here?
And there's a stronger look of understanding on his face suddenly. I was just crashing here. The place seemed empty, and he starts to get off the bed.
Just for the night, for the month?
Yeah, man, he then notices your suit, realizes he doesn't have as much in common to make his reference, but I just down on my luck, man. I ain't had a solid haven for a little while.
I have no problems with you, my friend. I just how long have you been here? We are looking for the person who is supposed to be here.
Since you got a good roll on your aspects, you're gonna see there's still some of that gray in his aura, but there's definitely, it's quickly like kind of beginning to fade into a brighter orange, which shows that he's really afraid or like just like not comfortable with the situation.
We are simply looking for Martin. After this, we will be out of your hair.
I don't know I don't know who it is.
Yes, I am aware of that, friend. How long have you been in this apartment?
Couple weeks, probably.
Probably.
Yeah, and he kind of runs his gnarled fingers through his gross hair, trying to, maybe make himself look a little more representable. Yeah, probably. I hop around a lot. I don't even crash here all the time.
I'll pull out my phone and look and see how long ago Martin specifically was supposed to have been gone.
Just this
Or 2
week.
weeks.
It is I think it's still Saturday night, I believe. And the disappearances happened basically around Mardi Gras, like the actual Tuesday, and a couple days following.
Well, I will, kind of disregarding this person. This was only a week ago that he went missing.
You're saying that to Rebecca?
Yes. Yeah, you're back there.
Yeah. Okay, so he can't have been here for a couple weeks if this is Martin's place.
Oh, Martin has been gone longer than that.
Sure, but I mean he's been reported at least last week, right?
Hey, like I'm gonna get out of your hair if you got something to do here.
No, definitely stay in our hair because we need to find out why there's some other kindred in Martin's house.
Yes, it seems odd that you would squat in a random house that happens to belong to a different kindred.
I didn't know no kindred lived here. I just went knocking on doors. Place looked a little dusty. Figured it was fine. What's up?
Hey, approximately, like, not during Mardi Gras, how many kindred are there total in New Orleans?
Ooh. I think the book even said like up to like 100. There's a massive influx like during those like couple weeks. And then they pretty much, a lot of them just like leave suddenly.
So you just randomly stumbled across this house?
Well, yeah, I mean, look at this building. Half these places are empty.
Well, sure, but how many vampires
Yes.
are in the city?
That would be about a 0.002% chance, I believe.
And then can we cross that math with whatever math it takes for Martin to have left around the exact time that this fucker showed up?
Look, man, no one was living here, okay?
I'm going to... fuck it. Come now, friend. I'm not trying to be difficult. Just tell us the truth. And, mesmerize, because that's the tool I have in my toolbox.
Uh-huh. I hate to work with what you got.
Mm-hmm. My philosophy about character design is I love to give someone a fantastic collection of hammers and watch them struggle as they have to unscrew a screw.
I like it. All right.
What is the difficulty? It will be
6.
at a minus because, huh?
6? Oh, but
Okay. So I have a -1 to that because enchanting voice.
Okay, then 5.
Jesus shit. That's 8 successes.
Can you share?
Jesus.
I promise I would share. I promise. I don't need all of these.
Oh my god, I hate you so much. Oh my god, I hate
Like,
you so
I'm fairly
much.
certain this man is never going to lie again for the rest of his life.
So, this individual was already still a little groggy, having heroin in his system, but at this point, full kind of hypnotic, dazed look on his face, and just slowly sits back down on the bed as he was starting to get up and, like, try to get away from you guys.
Just tell us the truth, my friend.
What truth?
Do you know anything about Martin?
Yes.
Tell us about him. Tell us what you know of him.
I was sent here to take him.
By whom?
My sire.
And who would that be?
Hector Muniz.
Do I recognize that name?
Nope.
He is a local? Or did he move here recently?
It seems like he has to think about it for a second, and he just kind of mumbles, transient.
Where might I find him?
He gives you a location. It's not super specific. It's like a kind of in a rundown warehouse area.
I will look over my shoulder at Rebecca with a quirked eyebrow.
I'm sorry, can you repeat?
I will look at you.
No, the
with an
thing
eyebrow.
before.
He's in a warehouse.
Okay. Okay. Do you think he knows who the ghouls might have been?
Do you know a Jason as a ghoul of your sire? Or any of his fellow childer?
Yes, Jason was Hector's.
And what other ghouls did he have?
One other one. And again, it takes him a second to think.
Yeah.
Manny.
Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, do we know why the hell he's taking them?
Oh, that is a very good question. Why are you? Why is he taking them? Why are you taking him? Them.
I don't know. I was just told to collect Martin.
Very good.
About what
And
kind of
what-
vampire
and-
is Hector?
I take. Oh yes. What kind? What clan is he? He is Venture? Yes.
Bruja.
Very good. What? Does he connect with any Ventru? Are there any other kindred over there that are not connected to his bloodline, to direct bloodline?
There are others. I'm not sure what their clans are.
How many others?
It changes.
This is. But give me a general idea. 10s, 20s.
And he tries to, like, calculate. I don't know. Sometimes they embrace and just kill them later.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I don't... Do you turn them into the vampire cops? What? I have no idea what protocol is here. Does the mayor take care of this?
I will communicate this with the prince. You should stay here. Do not contact anyone about us. Do not contact anyone about this questioning. Just stay here.
The young man nods his head.
Thank you for your time.
And he sits on the bed staring off blankly.
Yeah. I will message the prince.
All right.
I will message the rest of the group.
You roboted from me. I don't know.
I think she said she was gonna message the rest of the crew.
That is what I said.
Cool.
All right, perfect. Let's do another little break. So, as usual, if anyone has any questions about our characters or the story or anything else related to our channel and what we're doing, feel free to ask them in the chat, and we'll be happy to answer. Let's get maybe the song going on.
I can go ahead and start. Bjorn likes long walks on the beach, Italian dining,
Well, the second song.
and cuddling for hours to the sounds of Barry White.
Italian dining, huh?
Yeah, he likes the atmosphere, the garlic, and the wine. I don't know.
We talking Olive Garden here, or
Yeah, where's he going?
Olive Garden, or anywhere where whatever kind he's with is so hopped up on garlic, he maybe possibly tastes it when he drinks from them.
I like it.
I'm excited to learn what they discovered because I was on purpose trying not to super pay attention during that so that I can be surprised later. So,
So to answer Lapzod, I am drinking water from my horn. No, this is just water in here. And I've had a few shots of whiskey because people said manners. But no more. No more. No more.
yeah, I had tea and like Costco brand
Hey, Modi.
0 calorie vitamin
What?
water. Like
Hey,
a
Modi.
badass.
Lapzod, I'm drinking.
My body is ready. My body is ready. My body is ready to
For you, I wanted to
RPG.
watch it.
It
so
is signed.
much. It looks like so much fun.
It is horrible in all the right ways.
It looked
Eh.
like it, yeah.
And that's just my gallon of water that I try and drink every day. Try it.
Jesus, dude.
That's what you're supposed to drink. If you're my size, you're supposed to drink at least a gallon of water.
How big are you? Like, how tall are you?
I'm 6'2", 230.
Oh, wow.
Oh wow.
No, sorry. I didn't realize that you were taller than Articus. Articus is like 6 foot even. Yeah.
Sorry, 6'2" before I shrunk a little bit. I'm like 6'1.5" now. So sorry,
You're still, I
6'1".
didn't picture you as taller than him. I
Brody,
pictured
you don't have to give in to peer pressure.
Actually, I budgeted myself out for a certain number of shots today, and that's my last shot, so it's just like, I may as well.
Last shot for the day.
Thank you,
Just all
Savani.
talk very closely into our microphones, and we're gonna make this an episode of NPR New Orleans by Night.
This week we are joined by Modi, who once played a character very interested in sewer works, all things that had to do with sewers. He was enjoyed by.
So, just to let you all be informed, I've been in rehab for several years about my addiction to the fucking Zamisi in the sewers!
Modi, I'm gonna ask that you please calm down. We do not raise our voices here in this channel.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I breaking the effect when I raise my voice to an uncomfortable level?
Well, you're back. You're where we need to be. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anything for you, baby girl.
Welcome to the part of the program where we just dick around on our microphones for an indefinite amount of time.
This is clearly the best part of the program.
Guys, this is actually it. This is the next 2 hours of the show, so if this is what you're into, go ahead and stick around, but there will be no more role-playing tonight, just us softly speaking into a microphone.
We can maybe play some public domain music, perhaps some Beethoven, and followed up by some Mozart, and then we will absolutely get to the lesbian written folk song music that NPR is famous for toting. No.
Anyways,
Like to
Char,
mesmerize.
Super Chocolate Bear, Revolver has a question for you.
Oh, you said who would I murder and kill? Like,
Yeah.
wait, so I can't-
Fuck murder kill.
What?
Fuck murder kill.
Okay, I've never played it that way. I thought it was
wow.
Mary. Oh wow! Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's
Fuck,
Fuck,
Mary,
marry,
kill.
kill.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
Mary kill, not murder kill.
There's 2 kills on there.
You gave me
That's
2
my
kills.
edition.
One is apparently accidental, maybe, and the other one is just straight murder. Maybe one's manslaughter. I don't
Oh.
exactly know.
I didn't mean to do that.
But I guess it would be Rebecca, Theo, Bjorn.
Wait,
In that order.
Nice.
wait.
In that
Which
order.
one is which?
So Rebecca would be the first one. I said it in the exact order.
Bang,
You would
marry,
you would be
kill.
manslaughter. Like maybe I was driving down the road, I reached down to grab a cheeseburger, you walk into the road, bam, hit you with
Whatever.
my car. Like it was accidental. I wouldn't do it.
Whatever makes you feel good about yourself.
For sure. But the murder would be Theo. So there we go.
You guys are stupid.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Would you be our ST if we were anything else?
No. This would just be so boring. Just like people actually being serious about their role playing games and not spending half the time talking about who they'd fuck.
I take my
only-
very
Really?
seriously.
Only 1/3 of that was who would
We
be
are
up.
professionals.
No, here's my question though. With the
You
fuck
get
marry
paid?
kill thing. No, here's my question though. With the fuck marry kill thing, is it like you don't get to fuck the person you marry? Like what?
I think so. I think the Mary thing is like you are stuck with them for the rest of your life. Is the question that they're
It's
asking?
the
Like,
commitment.
yeah.
Okay.
And also, he didn't even give me an option of Mary. It was murder. He switched it with another kill option.
Double kill.
Nice.
Why was Luther the only one asked that question too? Are we saving the rest of them for different
You'll
weeks?
have
Or
to
Maybe.
ask Revolver because apparently
Yeah.
he's a very specific individual.
It's understandable. And-
Or should I say that he's a very specific individual?
Hey, Hope.
Yeah.
So I showed Modi, but I should also show you.
You actually have it! And
Yes.
it's signed!
Is that
It's
autograph?
signed.
Damn.
Yes, it's signed by the producer.
I love
If,
it. I actually
Literally one of my favorite film production companies in the world.
It's such a beautiful, beautiful tongue-in-cheek mess. Like enough that I love that.
Yeah,
it was
like-
enough
like
that
when-
it
when I
fooled the
watched it, so
original
I-
author.
Yeah, so I
wouldn't
watched this.
call it a mess.
I watched this movie in the theater with the producer, and the first thing he said is, "I hope this portrays Dungeons and Dragons players and Christians in the exact same, equally accurate light," because
Because it's not at all.
neither of them are remotely correct. Though to be fair, like there's some of these scenes that like these RPG players are doing, and I'm like, "Fuck yeah, I'd love to get behind that. That sounds like a party."
Right? Are you ready to
Fucking D&D is a spectator sport? Hell yeah. Well, I mean, that's kind of what we're doing now, but
Right now.
so I guess self-fulfilling prophecy.
I just
We
like the
don't have
John
that.
Tron song where he sings about the evil witch woman who's definitely college age.
Well, it's definitely college age.
The only thing I have signed like that is my signed copy of the Notebook script.
Wow.
Wow.
Nice.
Of course
Yeah,
you
was
do.
gonna say
I love
have a
you.
signed Proto Men poster.
I love you, Chuck.
I'm actually going to be at a comic book convention this week, and I'm going to get something new or something signed. It is my Critical Role poster that is signed by the entire main cast, and Patrick Rothfuss, and John Heater, who played Napoleon Dynamite, and this weekend I'm getting it signed by Felicia Day.
Oh, I do
Oh,
have.
nice.
I do have the voice actor who played Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop, Michael Bloom, I think his name. But yeah, I have his Steve Bloom. I have his.
I have
Oh my god, all I hear is nerds!
Also, Cowboy Bebop came out about 20 years ago, like yesterday.
Has it been 20 years? Really?
I have a signed poster of Camelot, and I have a signed poster of Reba the Genetic Opera.
I just
Pretty-
have a
pretty
couple
happy with
comics
those.
with Joan and Vasquez.
My wife has Xena poster signed by
Lucy Lawless.
Xena
Lucy
and
Flawless?
Nice.
Yeah,
Lucy Flawless.
and Renee O'Connor. So the two main characters.
Nice.
Oh, I do have the voice actress for who was GLaDOS in Portal. I have her signature, and I have a video of both of us singing and harmonizing "Still Alive" together. So there's that.
That's pretty dope.
Solid.
She's freaking awesome, by the way.
Oh,
She's
we
an
also have
opera
a-
teacher.
She's trained opera singer.
Yeah, she teaches opera.
All right.
Lastly, a playbill signed by Keira Knightley. I'm done. I don't even know what the play is. It's Rachel.
Nice.
Solid.
Okay, we're all here.
All right.
Game time.
Back to game.
All right. So, within an hour, Bjorn, Luther, and Dinah are going to be heading over to Marcel's Manor.
Oh, are they all coming with me?
They don't have to. Oh no, Dinah was going to go to the hospital.
Yeah, Dinah's
I
going to
mean,
go to the hospital.
or go with him to that. I was just gonna check the hospital first.
My car only has one seat, guys, so...
I didn't want him to go by himself, especially since the prince is kind of sometimes a shithead.
Oh, me and
So-
the prince are hella dope together. We're buddy-buddy. But...
Like, I have status 4. Like, I can.
For sure. No. I would love it if you came. I just don't want to pick sides and kick Bjorn out of my car.
Oh,
So
that's fair.
one of these days I'll get it like a 4-door car. Once I get like,
You
I'll
always-
roll
you
so.
always win sports cars. When you gonna win a nice sedan? You know.
I know. Yeah. When am I gonna get my Hyundai Elantra? You know, just 4-door, roomy.
I mean, Bjorn
Anyway.
could just ride on the top of the car. Just
He
hold on
would
tight.
probably love that. Actually, if Bjorn had, I don't know, can he even hear us right now? Does he know that we're talking about him?
Yeah, hey Modi.
Modi, are you there?
The
Hey, what's
barest
up?
of knights.
Yeah, hi.
Oh, man.
I might have zoned out. I'm sorry. What's going
No,
on?
you're good. You're good.
You're fine.
That's okay.
You and Elvish had a race to my car to see who was going to come to the prince, and Elvish beat you, unfortunately.
So does that mean I'm going to the hospital?
No,
I
like,
mean-
I wanted to drop by and check, but I didn't know if we were going like raiding.
Oh, no. You guys go ahead. If you guys are visiting the prince, you guys have fun with that.
You don't want to come? Why not?
Oh, I'm sorry. There are only 2 seats in the car now.
Oh no!
But in character, I can say this. Well, after the prince, if we have time, Dinah, I will accompany you to the hospital, and we can go check on that guy. As long as it doesn't get too violent. then we
I'm
can-
not planning on doing anything violent. I just want to make sure that he either survives or not. I'm literally just going to see if he survives or not. That's it.
Okay, well then let's go. Bjorn, hold on. Sorry. Bjorn, it was a pleasure. Hopefully I'll see you later on tonight, but we're gonna get going.
Sounds good. Best of luck.
Thank you.
While they're leaving, I'm gonna send a quick text over to Abraham and Rebecca and see if they need assistance with anything. Because
Yeah, so-
those two are full for the rest of the night.
Give me
And-
literally 2 seconds, sir.
And
Yeah, so
we'll
Rebecca,
say
if
that
she wanted to-
Rebecca, you get that text right when you were like pulling your phone out.
Cool. She will respond. Probably found the warehouse where they're keeping Kindred. Or she would say vampires, sorry.
Responses. When and where? Meet up? Question mark.
She'll look up and, hey, Abraham, Bjorn is trying to meet up with us. Do you think we can organize
I
something?
do not believe we have any specific plans right now. I mean, I'm text messaging the prince, but after
Oh,
that,
Sure. Then I don't know where. Probably not the place we just came from, or is that the best place?
I wherever and whenever he is available.
She will send back, quote, probably wherever and whenever he is available, quote.
Bjorn will give you a K and just tell me when and where, and I'll be there.
Yeah, no, Rebecca is just gonna pick a goddamn park.
Oh, so, darn. Okay, darn. I was gonna have an answer if you hadn't picked the park.
No, like at this point, because he's like, when and where? And you're like, wherever, whenever. And then he responds with, no, like, when and where. God, no, fine. Then just fucking a park.
If you had said one more thing, I would have picked a place that I knew he didn't like.
No, I'm sorry. Like, as much as I think that would be hilarious, she wouldn't have.
Oh, absolutely. And then I messaged the prince about our malicious kindred here in the this apartment, and also have solid leads on whereabouts of missing kindred and kind.
Okay. Did I have that right? Okay.
Yeah. I just didn't want to leave him unsupervised if he survives, basically.
All right, so you arrive at the local hospital, the one, in fact, that Rebecca works at. And you go in, speak with the, receptionist at the desk, and you don't know the guy's name.
Nope. No, I do not. That is a problem.
There's a way around this. We can figure this out. When would you tell me that we don't know this guy's name? When would you bring it to my attention?
As soon as I walked through the door of the hospital and was like, shit.
No. What's wrong?
I don't know this person's name.
Spear, what does this man look like?
A little bit of an average kind of bum. He had buzzed hair, kind of average weight, probably a little taller. I mean, you just saw him kind of collapse on the ground and you didn't really want to even look at it. But, looked like he was probably closer to 6 feet than shorter.
I would. Oh, fuck. Okay. I'll take out my wallet. Nope. Want to be a wallet. Well, Dinah, we can. I don't know. We can say we only know him by a street name, something like that. Then we can describe him, and hopefully, we can convince them to lead us to him. Like Snooky or Chance or some along those lines. We don't need to know his actual name. How many exploded livers do we come across?
Exploded livers. Ugh.
It's fine. Follow me. Come on. And Luther will walk up to the receptionist. Ma'am, we are looking for. I don't want to exactly call him a friend, but he's a local part of our neighborhood, and he was attacked this night, and he left some of his things. We just want to make sure we could get it to him.
Uh-huh. And, wait, did you say you didn't know his name?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. He's more of a transient type. We don't exactly. I, he's a homeless man, and he was attacked, and the ambulance didn't take all of his stuff to him, and we just want to make sure we can get it to him when he gets out. Is it okay if we have a word with him? Maybe let him know that all of his stuff is safe, and when he gets out, we'll be glad to give it to him.
Well, aren't you a good Samaritan?
Well, look, I'm gonna try and do entrancement. Which
All right.
So that's just appearance, empathy, and then it's their willpower, their current willpower.
That will be 3.
Okay.
So much easier on the humans.
God. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
5 successes. Look, it would just really mean a lot. We're just really worried about him. It would be a huge favor. Oh, well, he's about, and I give like the physical description of him, and I think we heard we saw that he was being taken here.
I believe the ambulance said something about like a blunt force trauma to the torso, something along those lines. It would have been an emergency kind of situation.
And just tonight?
About an hour ago.
Alright, that should be enough for me to figure it out. Give me a second. And she gets on the phone and you hear her call like a couple different departments, mainly like, a receptionist closer to the emergency department. Describes what the problem was, that it was a, white male, short brown hair, blah, blah, blah. And she says, alright, I got it. She hangs up and says, he's in surgery now. I mean, you can't really see him until he's released.
And I'm assuming there's no way for you to know which room he would be released to, or what if we come back tomorrow morning or something like that. What would be the best way of getting to him?
Well, even though he won't be assigned a room until the surgery's over, but here, I'll take your information down and leave it for the girl in the morning.
Thank you, Sugar. And
Sure
so
thing.
Dinah will leave her number, I guess.
Sorry, I saw Hope's message.
She's all nose, man. There's no body there.
Thank you so much. You've been so helpful. We'll be on our way.
Yeah, of course. And she kind of just stares a bit, like, awkwardly as Dinah walks away.
When we get out of here, so I'll be like, what did you do to that lady?
I made her like me.
Oh, I didn't know it took powers to make people like you.
Oh, aren't you just a peach?
And then I'll get back in the car and we'll drive to the prince.
Alright, you head over to the prince's place. You head over to the prince's manor. It is, in fact, an old plantation, including the long, long driveway with the beautiful trees all along it. As you pull up, there does appear to be essentially a valet. Someone is there to greet you with your car and nods, saying that he'll have it parked for you. And he'll be waiting when you are finished speaking with the prince.
All right, I'll chuck him the keys in the old, 70s movies fashion, where you just, chuck them up and they catch them.
Solid. As you enter the foyer of the plantation, you do actually see Marcel quietly pacing around. He doesn't look too anxious, but he seems to have just been waiting for you.
Marcel. How's it going?
He stops suddenly, seeing you. Luther, yes, please follow me into the parlor. And he leads you into a finely decorated sitting room with several chaise lounge. Sorry, I'm having fun with words. and a small fireplace off on the side.
Of course. And I'm assuming Dinah's with me. She's not hanging out in the car or anything. And yeah, Luther will take a seat, and he kind of seems fixated on the fire a little bit.
So Marcel sits down with a bit of a sigh across from all of you.
Now, what was so important that you had to send a man to come running down the street at us?
I wanted to make sure I caught you this evening before... Detective Carter called me, saying that you spoke with him directly about this business.
Yeah, we were trying to find some leads, and if someone's going to know something, I figured he would probably know about it. Especially if humans are involved, then maybe it's something we could go off of.
Well, I certainly know for a fact he does have information. I don't know that I would have recommended calling him directly, but anyway, and he waves his hand. I believe I've had it mostly sorted. Carter's in a foul mood for one reason or another, but I believe he's been satiated for the time being. Listen, have you found anything interesting? And he did get the text from Abraham so far, so he has that in mind, but I don't know if you... Rebecca, did you send that to them as well?
Send what exactly? Sorry?
Just the details that you and Abraham found, the guy.
Yeah, she would have sent, found a lead on where they're housing all of the vampires. And then she would send in the next message, and by lead, I found the place.
So, back in the manor, Marcel just asks you directly what you found.
I will add a probably.
Well, we just by chance we were scoping out the place where a lot of the vampires were being taken. We came across maybe a kidnapping in process, something along those lines. We came across Aaron, his sire is Karen. I'm sure you know all about her, and he was staked. Luckily, that Rebecca girl that you met a little bit back, she did some horrible things. And long story short, it looks like we know where some of them might be at. I assume maybe, but I don't know. All I got was a couple of text messages, so I don't know the exact details. So yeah, I'd say we got a big chunk of this done.
Well, that's certainly quite quick. Good. Yeah. Good. Yes. So we've got a certain lead, some location that seems to be linked to whoever you found kidnapping someone this evening. Good.
Yes, we stopped one that was in progress in the alleyway outside of the Twilight Lounge.
All right then. And he just kind of rubs a hand on the back of his neck. I suppose if it's a specific location, I can have my men dig it up, see what's there. I must commend you and thank you very much for all your help in this situation thus far.
Now, I'm not. It's not my cup of tea joining you for some kind of fight, but I know Bjorn was a big part of figuring all this out, and he might want to join you and your men for this kind of thing, if that's all right with you.
Well, it's funny you bring him up. In fact, I do need to speak with him as well. Some information I was able to weasel out of Carter's office. there seems to be some other location, supposedly a witness to another one of these kidnappings or such is being held, as far as it's marked down for protective reasons. But I'm curious as to who they are and what they might know. Why Carter's keeping them rather than just letting them out on their way. The problem is, the location happens to be on, Lupin territory.
Ah,
And you need Bjorn to go and receive this.
Well, my hope was to speak with Bjorn and Roxy, see if the two of them might be able to make their way through the area, without much trouble.
Bjorn seems to be a man up for a challenge. Maybe.
What was that last bit? Just the
I said Bjorn seems to be a man. Shut up, Kiki. Seems to be a man for a challenge. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, that's what I missed. I heard Yes, well, I certainly hope so. They're my only two good options as far as getting anywhere near this warehouse, safe house, whatever it is.
Do we have any kind of idea as to why this might be happening?
Marcel just closes his eyes and says, "No, I wish I did."
whatever is happening, it speaks to a higher level of organization than I previously thought. The gentleman who was passed away at the Twilight Club was one who had staked Aaron, and he not only was a ghoul, but I believe had some kind of cyanide capsule in his mouth.
Interesting. He thinks about it for a moment. You're not wrong that there does seem to be some sort of organization to this. Certainly don't think the Lupin are in any way involved. I don't think it's necessarily Carter. Whatever he might feel about Kindred, and as much as he might want all of us dead eventually, it doesn't make sense for the humans to go missing as well. We haven't heard a lick from the Sabbat in quite some time, so I'd be very hesitant to jump that shark. But I don't know.
Well, I don't know. We'll keep on digging. I'm sure you have Theo's number, or do you want me to send him your way?
No, I have Theo's number. We spoke the other evening. He's already looking into a couple areas for me as well. I will reach out to Roxy, see if she and Bjorn can pay me a visit anytime soon.
All right. Well, if there's nothing else, we'll be on our way.
No.
Do you have any sets of instructions or anything you would like us to follow up on, or perhaps I would like to go see this warehouse place, but if you would like us to hold off.
He thinks about and kind of taps his fingers on his knee and then nods. Luther and Dinah, if you would care to join myself and maybe another couple others to, I think I'll try a scout first, see what they can find before we go charging in, but if it's something worth a bit of manpower or just a site to gather some more information, then yes, I'd very much appreciate your help there.
Of course.
Maybe. Let's see how things go. And yeah, I'm not much help in these kind of situations, and I wouldn't want to drag anything down.
Yes, well, I will continue to keep you informed, and please let me know if you find any more information.
Of course. Thank you, Marcel.
Yes. He stands immediately, but then waits for you to stand to escort you out.
Yeah, I'll stand and go as per protocol.
Yep.
Vaguely across town, because I still don't know New Orleans very well, we will rejoin Rebecca and Abraham, who Bjorn is just arrived to meet them. Were you waiting outside the apartment essentially?
We'd agreed to meet in.
No, there was a park.
The park. Yeah. Okay. So, all three of you meet at a nearby park, one that is not too far from some buildings. You can kind of see like neon lights of late night stores and some bars, but otherwise it's got a nice tree line that affords some privacy.
Yeah.
So, how has your evening gone so far since we split up?
Corpsey.
Yes, the kindred we met at Martin's place. He seemed to have drained Kine dry.
I mean, that's not exactly unusual.
What happened?
Rebecca's at a loss for words. Someone else can speak. She is not going to chime in right here.
But yes, this kindred, we seem to know a little bit about location, about what is happening, though we do not know why. There is no answer to that question as of yet.
All right, but you guys were saying something about having figured out the location.
Yes. So we went to this Martin character's place and found another kindred sitting there. I managed to convince him to tell us everything, and he told us about a warehouse that his sire and several other kindred tend to spend their time. And they are the ones responsible for the taking of these kindred and also the kind, assumably.
For what benefit are they abducting other kindred?
That is a very good question, my friend. This kindred, he was high, so I do not believe that his opinions on why are going to be the most reliable. At least until he sobers up, which I did not care to do.
And in what condition did you leave this kindred? Please tell me you left him in torpor.
No, I left him waiting for the prince. He is not going anywhere.
That's fine, I guess. So this warehouse is where where his sire was working out of. What?
Yes.
Are these anarchs or what are we
I
dealing
do
with
not
exactly?
know. That would have been a very good question to ask, but they are transient groups. We know there is a Bruja. I am also fairly certain there is a Ventru, but there seems to be a fluctuating number. Interesting thing that apparently they do is embrace large swaths of people and then kill them off. So solidly something that needs to be stopped.
That's almost borderline Sabbat level shit.
That is almost borderline Sabbat level shit.
What is Sabbat level shit?
They
So
are the bad guys almost.
the simplest way to put it exactly would be, you've heard us speak of the Masquerade, yes?
Yeah.
We try to keep humans unaware and not cause upheaval in the situation that we're dealing with, correct? We like to stay to the shadows. The Sabbat are the group of us that have not chosen to accept this idea and see themselves as giant pieces of shit.
They do not see themselves as giant pieces of shit. They see themselves as better inherently than humanity. They tend to view humans as being cattle for feeding.
Oh, okay, sure.
And it is
and
true
just
that there are
doing
those,
that on a Tuesday night. Just one person is.
but
Just as it seems your own kind is broken into
yes,
factionalism.
there are
We don't
uh,
escape
like-
it either.
like the Soviet Union is a bad place to be. It is similar for the Sabbat.
Okay. You do know what year it is, right?
Yes, I do.
All right, as long as we work with-
1928, correct?
No, 1929.
Okay, so I'm only a few days.
Okay, I'm. Bjorn, you damn well know 1929 is when the Depression happened. You damn well know this.
Yes. Anyways, so all I heard was there's a giant warehouse full of a bunch of shitheads. Sounds like we should take care of that.
Yeah,
I think
it does.
probably grab some backup first.
Oh, absolutely. I'm not dumb.
Hmm.
I'm only dumb on days that end with Y.
Hmm.
I'm gonna call Luther and Dinah now while you guys sort out the days that he's dumb on.
Okay.
It's all of them.
I know!
And the days that end with Y.
Yeah, who are you calling exactly? You can't call both of us at the same time. It's not that good.
I'm going to call.
Are you rolling for this? What do you do? Do you want to do odds or evens?
I was gonna flip a coin.
I mean, don't all of you guys have a pocket D10?
I have a huge
Just a
D20
D10? What the
for,
fuck do you think I am? A
I'm gonna,
World of
uh,
Darkness
Zabani,
player?
of course.
I'm calling Dinah.
There you go.
Hello?
Hi, Dinah?
Yeah, sugar, what is it?
You guys got my message from earlier, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good work.
Thank you. We're trying to organize how we're gonna attack a warehouse right now. So if you want to meet somewhere-
don't do that. The prince is handling it. He's sending a scout in first.
So the prince, she's yelling this
That's fine.
across the park to
Oh,
the
no!
others currently. Sorry, so she... I'm gonna use an actual phone instead of a fucking ball of yarn. So the prince is scouting, I guess, the place.
Bjorn kind of gives her a look and kind of shouts back, United States is a democracy! We don't recognize that shit!
Yeah, I don't know if we're still doing it or not. That I didn't really get a clear answer if you heard that.
Please don't yell. Don't. Why are you yelling this?
Well, because I'm stepped away from them.
Walk back to them and don't yell.
We're in a
Please.
park. Oh, fine. She will
Thank you.
walk right across.
Why are you yelling the prince across the park?
Because who the fuck is gonna know what that means?
The wrong people will.
Okay, so just to get this clear, because my perception's changing real fast, I just need to make sure that we're all on the same page. Her phone is down, by the way. Like, you can hear it all, but she's not.
Hear, but you can't hear me. Okay, gotcha.
So you guys hide in the trees like spiders and kill people every day just because you're hungry, and
I have never killed a man. Well, not in several hundred years. Thank you very much.
but it's
And
not
the
uncommon.
last person I killed was a ghoul for the Sabbath. So
Okay, so it's not uncommon, and on top of that, there's a whole group of you who you look down on because they do it more. Like, I just want to get my birds in a row here.
so should we kill more? That is what
Let me
you're
just
saying?
listen to this.
I'm sorry.
So
what
this
did
is
you say,
Dinah
Savani?
saying this out loud, like.
Right, no, I heard you, and I didn't hear Savani because I
So-
rolled
so
this.
I-
I'm sorry, I'll
you-
shut up. Go ahead.
Are you saying we should not look down on them for killing people?
No, I'm just saying, maybe look inwards too.
Again, I have not killed someone in hundreds of years.
Sure. No.
Hundreds.
You've got a better track record than me today. So, what are we doing? Are we meeting or not? She's gonna pick the phone back up at this point.
Rebecca
Honey,
feels
let me
a
straighten
small
this all out
tremor
for you
in her
later.
arm that lasts for a couple seconds.
I'm sorry.
Rebecca feels a small tremor in her arm that lasts for a couple seconds.
Yep. God, fucking damn it.
You all right?
Yeah. No. Just yeah.
Honey,
So
I
are
can
we-
explain all of. I don't know what they told you, but I can try to explain it later. But the prince is sending a scout to go look at the place first, to make sure that it's all right for everyone to go charging in, and we don't end up accidentally shooting at each other, so to speak.
Sure. No. Yeah. Let's just meet at a place that you guys feel comfortable meeting in. That I can say the word prince and it's not weird.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
so send me an address and then I'll just get everyone there.
let's go to my office. You know what that? Remember?
Yeah.
That.
All right. Bye bye.
So talk.
You-
We're
You can.
talk more.
Do you want to go and okay? So we're gonna talk more because they said that the prince is scouting the area. Did you want to ignore that? Because I don't care if that's what you want to do, but maybe everyone should know that that's what you're gonna do.
I mean, I do not know what help I am going to provide, so this is up to Bjorn.
No, we'll go with. Where are we meeting them?
Just Dinah's office, and then we can go to the warehouse right after that if that's what you want.
Lead the way.
You sound suddenly quiet, Modi.
Quiet.
How do I sound right now? Am I still quiet suddenly?
Still a little quiet.
That's a little better.
Because I literally haven't touched anything on my.
How are you getting louder now?
I think it was because you like turned your face.
Yeah, I think you were
It
like
might
really
be
saying
set to
like
auto
this.
sensitivity. It's set to auto sensitivity so that it's used to like being quiet when you're louder and then not being quiet.
You gotta like
enough.
talk right at these things.
Eat it. Put your mouth.
I mean,
right
I can
up
continue to
against
just, talk right into the fucking microphone.
it. There
I
you go.
can do this too.
There you go. I think it was because you were like leaning on your hand. y'all good. All right. Yes. Continue.
I think like we're just meeting at Dinah's
Yep.
office. Yep.
All right. So, Dinah, give us a real quick description again. I know you've done it a couple
Yeah,
episodes
sure,
ago.
no problem. Okay, so again, it's upstairs in one of the old style buildings that are maybe 2 or maybe 3 stories that look kind of like they were an old house at one time in the city in the downtown area, and it goes up and it's a lot of the like it's been renovated, but a lot of the original stuff is still there, like from like the 20s and the 30s, and they have like the original like molding and stuff like that. It's just been painted nice, and like the windows are all new, but like it looks like the inside of an older building. But there's she's got like a desk in the back part of it. There's like 3 windows that look over up to like the left once you go up the stairs into the office proper. And there's like a standing piano, not like a grand piano, but like one of the standing ones in the corner. Then it's kind of a mess, but it looks like it's an organized mess. Like there's records and papers and musical sheets and like flyers and brochures and posters like everywhere. But there's still it's still right in front of the desk is a nice little area where she can interview people that's not quite as bad. There's like 3 or 4 chairs. So, and then a place to perform that's more of just an open floor space.
Perfect. All right, so the gang arrives and meets to discuss.
I'm assuming Dinah and I are already in there when they get there.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, no. So Dinah would like to listen. I will go into
As a helpful, kind of wrap up, Abraham and Rebecca specifically were the ones that found the weird kindred in the apartment that one of the missing kindred used to own, and he gave them the location of his sire, who was gave him the information to kidnap Martin, and a warehouse. Luther and Dinah also have another location with a supposed witness to kidnappings that the New Orleans Special Task Force and Detective Carter are keeping somewhere. Well, you have the location. That is roundabout what you guys have.
All right.
Cool. All right, so I guess everybody gets there. So, yeah, Dinah would kind of wave everyone, and it's all right, thank you for meeting here instead of going. I actually wasn't sure what you would do, so. But we went to meet with the prince with Marcel, and he said that he was going to send out a scout, and he would contact us when he was ready to go back in, and he would appreciate help.
So, I'm curious, how exactly did the prince know about this warehouse?
I told him.
He also knows about a couple of other locations by Officer Robert. Maybe you've heard of him. He's the one who deals with all the supernatural things. And
That's Carter.
Around it.
He seems to have a genuinely...
Carter.
You just call him Robbie.
Yeah. He seems to be very genuinely concerned about this epidemic of kidnappings and whatnot going on to both kindred and kind in his city. So I figured any good resources worth acquiring. So he also is has what did Detective Carter have? Somebody that was a witness to other.
Yeah, he has a witness to something else happening, and that person was kidnapped. Am I getting that right, Spira?
Yes.
Somebody was. Yeah, okay.
Yep.
So Bjorn, he'll be contacting you, but if he hasn't already, I'll let you in a little bit. Somebody who has some information on all of this was recently kidnapped, but they're in a neutral zone, so we can't really just go in and get them. I think he might have you and Roxy go and get them if you choose so.
It's in Lupin territory.
Also, the prince should probably at this point have picked up one of the kindred complicit in all of this. The person specifically responsible for kidnapping Martin.
How did you find them?
I do not know. I'll look at Rebecca.
I looked him up at the hospital.
All right.
And we found the wrong kindred in the apartment, so.
And he told you about the warehouse?
Yes, he told us. He was very helpful.
I assume so, yes. And the
He
princess
did a
picking him
brain
up.
thing.
Thank you.
Yes. Yes, Rebecca.
So the prince is going to be picking him up.
Yes, I messaged him immediately.
Okay. Right. All right. So I'm honestly just waiting on a go ahead from the prince to go into that warehouse because I want to see what the hell these people are even doing. Do you have any clue?
No, so the information we were given is they're a collection of kindred. Some of the higher, older kindred are running all of this. They seem to be transients from a collection of clans. We do not know why they are taking them. No, this is the problem. We do. Bjorn brought up a good point earlier. Bjorn brought up a good point that so these kindred are apparently embracing and then killing off the fledglings, which is a decidedly Sabbat tactic.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. So they're just going after so they're embracing them and then killing them? That's...
They are embracing, from what it appears, they are embracing people to use for whatever it is they're going to use them for, and then killing them when they no longer need them.
But the kindred they're taking?
No.
Know them.
Random, unrelated people, perhaps the kind that we are looking at. Perhaps not. I do not know. All I know is he very truthfully told me that they are taking and embracing and killing people off. So.
Well, fuck, I guess. And we have to sit here and wait for the prince to tell us when we can go in.
Well, apparently you need to wait here and wait for the prince.
To be fair,
no, what I mean is, who is this kindred that's kidnapped that apparently I have to negotiate for? Or at least with the lupine.
to be fair, I'm not sure if you're negotiating or if you're going in a little bit more heavy-handed and just taking them out. We didn't exactly get the finer details of that.
What exactly did the prince say?
He said he would contact you. That there's a man who has some information that would be valuable to us who is in a neutral area that you would need to go into and get. But he didn't say exactly how you'd be getting them.
Well, then I guess I'll await the prince's word.
Seems like it might be a job specifically for you because of your specific talents. So I don't know. You can wait for him to contact you, or you can contact him. But I'm assuming it'll happen sooner rather than later. But we are all in agreement that we are waiting for the prince, or some of you want to more jump the gun and go in now?
I'm just afraid of, I suppose, accidental crossfire. Friendly fire, excuse me. That's
Well, I am likely not to be much help in this, so.
How not? You can make people stop doing everything.
I am not very fast. I am not very quiet. I am not very tactically proficient. I do not know how to throw a punch any better than the next person.
But you make it so that no one has to.
I am not saying I will not be there, but if a fight breaks out, I do not know how much help I will be.
That's fair, but I like having you at my back.
Well, I appreciate it.
So yeah, that's the word is to just wait until then. It will probably be later tonight. I suppose we can either just be here for a moment and wait together, or we can.
Well, it is actually getting later on Saturday night.
I was gonna ask.
You can probably assume if the prince is even sending out the scout tonight, they're probably gonna go look around, come back, and the prince will gather his thoughts the next night to decide what to do.
What?
We went to the hospital to check up on the other man. He's in surgery right now, so we don't know that's a bit up in the air. I told them to call me when he got out. My worry is that it will happen during the day. So if I could somehow add you to that, Rebecca.
No, if it's my hospital, I'll be there.
I don't know if it's your hospital.
It was, yeah.
Okay, yes.
So actually, Rebecca can go in if you don't hear before you pass out. Rebecca can check in. Hi, remember me? I'm your nurse. Sorry, I had to.
That'd be perfect.
I mean, plus side, she's really happy that he's in surgery.
It's just a resection, it's fine. Only 40% chance average of dying. It's less than 50.
No one told you to explode his liver. That you
I know,
jumped
that's not
head
true.
first
He knows
into
it.
1,000% you.
Absolutely knows that she fucked up here.
I love when someone assumes someone's a vampire and it ends up being a ghoul. Like, oh no!
Okay, so are we just gonna wait here for the prince, or what are we, like, story-wise? I don't know.
I think that it's getting late into the night, so I don't think we're going to be waiting there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be heading out before long, as apparently the prince has need for me elsewhere. That Bjorn will wait for a few minutes and then get up and leave and just be, well, let me know if anything exciting happens, and he'll make his way out into the night.
My dogs need a walking.
Dinah will want to talk to Rebecca after everyone goes.
Okay. We'll say for now, Luther and Abraham are heading home. Dinah asks Rebecca to hang back for a minute. As Bjorn exits Dinah's office, he does get a text from Roxy, one of the other gangrel of the city. And it is a bit short and sweet. Just, Prince called. Can we meet?
Where is the only response she gets.
My place.
K is the response.
All right. But Dinah and Rebecca. Dinah, you want to speak with Rebecca? Let's see what's going on there.
She'll kind of motion to Rebecca to hang back and is like, "Are you all right?"
No. No, I'm not.
I am really sorry.
I appreciate you telling me so. And I appreciate you taking the time to tell me so. This is kind of a weird day. I feel like I learned a lot about you guys, but I feel like I only learned really bad things about you guys.
What did you learn? Maybe I can put it in perspective.
Sure. Could you put in perspective the guy that's on your side who, like, drank a hooker to death and then got high on heroin with the blood, I guess?
What? Wait, he's on our side? Is this the one that told them about the warehouse?
I don't know. He's not Sabat, and the Sabat are the bad guys, so...
But how did he know about the warehouse if he was on our side?
No, I don't... I mean that... It seems to be pointed out to me that there's you, and there's Anarchs, and there's Sabat. I don't know where Anarchs are, I mean, other than what it sounds like, but if Sabat are bad, then you must be good, and they did not assume him to be one. So...
Oh, Lord. Okay. No, we are not we are not supposed to kill people. That is not a thing that we are supposed to do. It's not exactly the right thing. B, it's a little bit messy. If I have to, like, there's two reasons. Like, the first one is the better reason. The second one is that it's messy and it leaves a trail, and we don't want people finding out about us. So no, he kind of. It's why would we kill anyone if we don't have to?
I don't know. Why was that chick dead in his apartment? I guess we'll never know.
I can't speak for his actions. In fact, I think he's kind of a piece of shit, just from what you've told me.
No, that's fair, and you're right, and I'm sorry.
We can't go leaving dead bodies around between us, behind us. It's just.
You're right. And I am using this to lash out because I fucked up today, and I just want to blame you for some reason, and that's not fair.
I appreciate that, but you didn't. That wasn't your intention, though, was it?
No, I thought, you guys heal fast, and I thought he was one of you, and I blew up someone's liver, and he's in surgery, but he still might die. A liver is just basically a balloon, but you need it. And then I fucking killed the cyanide guy. So that's double. That's just fucking. So we're gonna see how that bites me in the ass, because I mean, other than the murder part, like, magic hurts, and I'm
Rebecca's
worried.
leg tremors a little.
Are you okay?
It's just the cyanide, so it'll be fine.
What?
Just
a wee bit of cyanide, huh? That's it?
Yeah, it's a Tuesday for mages.
Okay, is there anything I can do?
No. Sorry. So the way things work, to put it very briefly, is you sort of push on reality to do what you want, right? In theory. Or you push on belief, because you can't just touch someone and cure cyanide poisoning. That otherwise, it would be in the news. That'd be amazing. You can't do that. So sometimes when you force your will on consensus, it pushes back and it slaps you in the mouth, and that's kind of what's happening, but with cyanide, because that's what I was trying to fix. So we'll see when that goes away.
Rebecca, I am so sorry. Our issues tend to be a lot more violent than others. And I'm very sorry that you got dragged into it.
No, it's fine, and you don't have to apologize. I was the one who did it, but I appreciate it.
He had already taken the cyanide pill. He was going to die unless you managed to miraculously save him. Just because you didn't manage to does not make it your fault.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
You don't sound very convinced, though.
This is a personal question, and you don't have to answer it. But have you killed anyone before? Like, is that?
Yes.
Were you fine with it when it happened?
No.
Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. I do appreciate it. I just am having a really hard time. And you don't need to apologize for it or anything. And I am sorry for taking up your time.
No, look, my first one was honestly a bit of, I thought that I would be okay with it, and I was not afterwards. Someone killed my mother, and I went to go kill them. And afterwards, it still didn't feel right, even though I felt I was justified. So I do understand.
I'm really sorry. That's kind of a tough situation to be in. I have not had to deal with that.
I didn't say that to get pity. I was just trying to empathize with you, honey. But that's all right. I'm sorry. You can. I just have a good night. All right. Just get some rest.
Yeah. She'll hug Dinah.
Okay. Yeah. But then I'll hug her back and then get on. Go on.
All right. So, Diane and Rebecca have a nice little moment getting to actually get to know each other a little more and discuss the awkward life that is World of Darkness. That said, Bjorn got a text from Roxy and is heading over to her apartment.
Yep.
So Roxy, for context, and especially what Bjorn knows about her, is that she's a child of the gangrel Jared, who is sort of the gangrel leader in New Orleans, but during or after the ex-prince's assassination, he got the blame. And Roxy has never exactly forgotten that, because she doesn't believe it was correct. And of course, it's her sire and someone she cared about, so she's never been a big fan of the prince. And in fact, a lot of the gangrel just left New Orleans after that. It was mainly herself, Lauren, and maybe a couple others that have actually stuck around. She cared too much about New Orleans and was too interested in watching the prince to go. So you knock on her apartment door and she tells you to come in. Her apartment is small and, modestly decorated, just some basic furniture, but a lot of books and CDs. And she comes round the hallway from a darkened section of the apartment. Her eyes flash red in the darkness, but then return to normal when she sees Bjorn.
Bjorn, even without much of a comment, will simply walk inside and plop himself down on her couch, just kind of waiting for her to speak what she has.
As she enters the living room, she starts kind of pacing, a little twitchy, like her shoulder jumping, just looking annoyed. So, have you heard about this?
Which things specifically?
The prince called me and said that there's some of this nonsense about the missing kindred or kind, I don't know, but there's some warehouse he wants checked out, except it's in Lupin territory, and of course, we're just the errand kids for that, aren't we?
Yes, I know about the situation.
She pauses and kind of taps the back of one of her heels. Well, I mean, perfectly honest, I'm a little interested. Do you know anything more about this?
It seems like this year there was a unusually large number of disappearances around Mardi Gras. And,
Yeah, old news. I mean, anything else about this place we're supposed to go to?
this random kindred have been congregating here and abducting people, doing mass embracing and other shit, and then killing off the fledglings once they've served their purpose. A lot of unsavory shit's going down here, but it seems like a random congregation of vagrants.
She laughs humorously. That sounds like Sabat shit.
You took the words straight out of my mouth.
It's like the fourth time. I love it.
Sorry, what did you say, viewer?
Roxy, you took the words straight out of my mouth.
Yeah, that's just absolute fucking making kindred to kill them, like, but alright, listen. So, did you hear about that other nonsense that went down back around Mardi Gras in that graveyard? Got torn up like a tornado?
I was there.
What? Jesus Christ. Okay, what happened?
Theo and some other Semitti invited us out to a nice, quiet evening, and like
yeah,
it
with
is,
Theo. Mm-hmm.
it was actually a nice, quiet evening, and it was a relatively sane and good party. In the middle of it, we were hanging out with the Semitti, and out of nowhere, the Lupin decided to show up and greet us in their traditional manner.
Mm-hmm. Did you get a look at them?
I unfortunately did not. I was busy evacuating everyone from the area.
Alright, well, I went and took a look the next day after I heard about it. It looked like it's fucking wreck. I just took some pictures of my phone before the police got there, or before they saw me, the couple that were still hanging around. I went and saw Travers and managed to catch him for 5 minutes. Showed him what I found. He's not sure, but he thinks that was some black spiral dancers. Like, I'm happy to talk with the Octina now and then, but I don't want anything to do with those fuckers. From what I understand, the area Marcel's asking us to go into is Octina territory. So, hopefully we won't run into anything too crazy, but apparently the dancers are on the move now.
Next, you're gonna tell me the antediluvians are walking.
I mean, like, I heard Baron Samedi was hanging around.
That's just preposterous.
Yeah. Look, what are you thinking?
I'm curious enough to entertain the prince's proposal. And honestly, if we don't, some idiot will happen to bungle everything, and that'll just be a bigger headache for me in the long run.
I mean, I heard this was a location with the Special Task Force. What are they doing in Lupin territory?
I wish I knew.
She, like, she takes both her hands, just kind of, like, runs them through her short, messy hair. Just like, what is happening with this town right now?
That is exactly the question I wish was answered.
All right. Well, and she like kind of glances at a clock she has on the wall. It's pretty late. I'm certainly not gonna go trancing out into werewolf territory this time of night. I guess we could meet up again tomorrow.
I'll meet you here first thing in the evening.
Yeah. Drink up.
It'll be a long night.
She's gonna see you out with like a nice solid pat on your shoulder. Just close the door.
All right. And I am actually going to take up her advice. So on my way home to my apartment, I will stop and keep an eye out for an opportune feeding moment to make sure I am satiated.
Mm-hmm. In that case, just to kind of check up. Luther, you doing anything on your way home?
Nah, Luther's kind of poopy.
And Abraham, besides giving your dogs a nice little walk around your, do you have like, wait, do you have a mansion or just like a really nice big house?
No, I have basically a penthouse apartment.
Right. All right. But you take Mars and Mercury out for a nice late night walk. You might even see like one or two other people who have like early shifts walking their dogs. And that, I believe, will be Saturday night for everybody. So next week we will check in with our lovely crew of adventurers. And see what's going on with these warehouses, I think. You know, there's two different directions going on. So we'll find out more about that next time. So yeah, thank you to everybody who watches us live and everybody who watches us on YouTube. Hope you are enjoying the show. I'm having a lot of fun with it. If you want to catch old episodes of New Orleans or any of our other stuff, YouTube link is below on Twitch. And if you're on YouTube, Twitch link is below if you want to catch us live. Also below should be our Discord link if you want to join us there. We chat about the games and all kinds of fun stuff, as well as my Twitter account where I try to remember to always announce the day of a game that we're having a game, since we occasionally miss due to people having real life jobs and things. With all of that said, thanks to everybody who hung out, and we'll see you Friday for more D&D. Bye.
Possibly. We'll try.
Pause. All right. We'll let you know. Join the Twitter. You'll know. And the Discord. Bye.
And good night.